need some time to set up. Okay.
Take your time. Take
Just
your
set
time.
up these
shoot, I'm in the
No
wrong
one's rushing
session.
you. We can, relax with it. We draw Among Us characters to pass our time sometimes.
Yeah.
Go on ahead. Go on ahead. As long
We
as it
care
helps
about
you
you very much.
relax.
If
At
it
least-
distracts you, let us know. But
At least it's
Amogus,
not in the battle
Helping
map.
me get into
It is fine.
character.
Does
Help me
anyone
get
want to find
character.
some good background music? Because I know you guys
Yeah.
hate cave sounds. So
Let's just do like
someone wants to
Skyrim.
find a
Minecraft
nice,
game sounds. It's
some nice instrumentals would be nice. Maybe some
Got
kind of
some.
something that isn't like trap music, please, Vice. Thank you.
Bunny. Wait, Bunny. I gotta ask you something. What about the monkey?
the monkey.
Yeah, they're supposed to be monkeys, right?
They're, let me check again.
Hey, what are you doing, monkey noise?
There's the background.
It was just me. I am speaking their language. Perhaps if I.
Who are you talking
What
to?
are you doing?
What
are you talking about?
a monkey are you talking to?
I'm not sure. Perhaps if I call out
Are
enough,
you
maybe they'll
talking?
come to
Why
us.
is it playing Gangnam Style again?
I didn't
Yeah,
fucking
your
get the
shot's clear,
style.
you fucking numbskulls!
No, what's happening? Why didn't
Also,
anyone
for the
clear the
love of God,
bot?
put in a goddamn bot command! Don't put in text only! Please!
Everything but what
You
was-
posted memes and slash general.
Stop!
It's
Let me
chaos.
fucking do the
You're
shit.
dead.
There, it's cleared. Now you can play the goddamn
That's
song.
clear the cue.
Fuck! Please put in a goddamn bot channel because I don't want to fuck.
You posted memes and slash our general.
memes in general.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. I am now mentally prepared.
Are you sure?
Not-
Are you sure?
I'm
Yeah.
fucking not.
You guys find yourself deeper within the caves of the Underdark, away now from the prison in a safer location, located in one of the darker corridors, which is safe.
You sure about that?
Luckily, you still have a few hours, thankfully, because of the cave-in that John had helped collapse. However, you guys are going to have much time, so if you're looking to discuss things with Asha and Jorlin, now would be the time. Asha hands you guys over the prison records and just kind of like looks at you somewhat expectantly, like as if she expects you to read them now.
Ashen, may I ask you something? What happened to the monkey?
Yes? What do you mean, the monkey?
I'm not high, right? Everyone saw a monkey with us, correct?
Yes, that's that's
No.
obnoxious animal. Of course. I mean, it's-
No,
What are you-
I'm just confused. I mean, I didn't really find anything in the records, but I know that Enerva had kept one as a pet. They were just animals. They're not like only one of them was like sentient, and I believe that one was one that we made sentient.
You made
You
sentient?
made it sentient?
I'm pretty sure. I don't really know.
Fascinating.
Was he that way the entire time?
He said, yeah. What I've heard from, I don't know. It's been a long day.
Indeed.
It will only get longer from here, you know.
I didn't personally make him sentient. I don't have that power, of course, but you know.
Well, I guess we can release his brethren.
There wasn't anything in the records about any other monkeys being transferred. They might not have been kept because they might not have been too pertinent.
They were slain, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean,
for food.
animals are handled differently. Animals don't go to prisons. Animals go to stables. Had I known you wanted stable records and records of all other, like everything, I would have perhaps procured those. However, we're a bit too far off now for me to get all that.
It's fine, in honesty.
Perhaps you'll find a few monkeys down here in the Underdark, though. I suppose that's something you may encounter.
Ow.
If not,
Well, either way, I do hope that your end of the journey will be somewhat safe. I just wish that
suppose
you...
we'll be fine. However, I feel compelled to linger for just a little bit while you read the records.
Oh, also, if do put in mind that the guy from above may be hostile first, but just keep your guard up, okay? Just in case.
I'll keep that in mind. Are you referring to the man named Durnan?
Yes.
I believe it's
you
what
know
called
him.
No, you had told me. You had told me to meet Durnan or Durnan.
Yeah, during the barkeep
And I
tap.
did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We gave him
Sure.
some gold to so that Durnan won't be too hostile, at least. But
I don't think hostile is the correct word here. I think
More like-
defensive would be the word that I'd use.
yes, defensive.
Really, the
I
one
mean,
I would partake in.
we would be drow climbing up from a well, and it
Yeah.
would be a
Yeah.
little strange, given that he knows more than likely that tunnel connects to. I'm not really sure what it looks like up there, as we've never really traversed or
gonna-
explored.
Well,
We just know that a lot of you guys tend to come down from that hole, so I
just know
assume that
that
perhaps he knew, or
just know that this might be some resistance. I guess. Just
It
know.
would be
Keep in
best
mind.
if you didn't go up first, of course.
Yeah,
I know I would take a shoot first, ask
Perhaps-
questions later approach.
I think that we are thinking too far about this.
just
I think that if you
I
tell
think-
Durnan the story and what happened, he'd be reasonable and understanding.
she's just gonna look like nervous.
Just-
How you have
yeah,
like set her
you-
up with this idea that Durnan's gonna fucking shoot her.
just let
I
the
think
other
that you're
people go up first
complicating
before you.
things.
Just let
He's like,
just let
"Okay."
the.
Aito,
Mm,
it's okay.
hey,
You're thinking too much, buddy.
it's been a week.
Is there any questions that you had regarding the records, or no?
You seem eager for us to dig into these prison records, so I think that it might be smart that we do that.
Is there
But
dates?
he's kind of already doing that. We're just
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of randomly so quiet.
a
They're
nervous
just kinda...
responsibility was to write most of them, so perhaps she may not have included all of the details. She's not too oriented that way, and I feel like I could provide additional information if needed. Clarification that you won't get if I'm not here. So
how
that's
long,
why I thought it would be important.
How long do you think
That makes
that?
sense.
the or what?
How long do you think these records date back to? You have
I
a
mean,
sense of time.
there was the only things I could really gather that might have been important were things from like a month ago.
Yes.
There's more detailed records, of course. There's some from a very long time ago, years ago. However, I didn't know if you'd want those, and it takes a little bit for me to shift through and gather up all the reports. As I said, it's a bit cluttered. There's quite a lot of information. I only took what seems like it may have been important at the time. If you have any other questions about information that may be relevant, I might be able to provide you an answer. Hence why I'm here.
Yes. It mentions the orc under losses, but who I'm looking for is a half orc. Do you know if they could have mistaken him for the orc, or perhaps it speaks to something different? As in, otherwise the prison records make no mention of a half orc.
There was he was quite angry, and he carried plate the same as the halfling.
Yes, the other Drake Warden.
So he wasn't an orc; he was a half orc.
He was a half orc, yes, but these records state orc. Do you know if they might have mistaken him for one?
It's not uncommon. I mean, some fledgling races like half orcs and other kinds of things like that often get overlooked. We don't really put too much some effort is made into categorizing them, though it doesn't really seem very important at times. An orc and a half orc are very similar, and so is a half orc and a human.
I see.
That's quite important to me.
It is very important. No, I agree with you. I understand that there could be some difference. However, to Drow at large, in terms of what kind of slave they would make, it's relatively indifferent.
Thus, I ask you to explain. It says here, he underlines the part, the orc killed after an escape further west. Were you there? Were you present? Do you know anything of it?
Usually when things like that happen, if it's successful attempts, or if some people are dead, we don't get nearly as much information. So it seems like he was confirmed to be dead. I have no other details. It could be potentially wrong. Perhaps they saw a cave in and presumed him dead. That happens sometimes. If we feel like someone may escape into somewhere they might die, we could just say they were killed, and that makes things easier.
I've got a question. Who were the spies?
They were. We're aware of a human organization known as the Zentarum. Are you?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
I know.
They are. From what we know about them, they are seekers of relics and of powerful things. They come down here sometimes and kind of harass us. Though we were easily able to kind of see through their disguises. Their posing as just simple commoners, and then we just killed them.
Oh, I see.
Question: can you tell me about Dark Lake, deep within, close by, Sloop Doop?
I'm also going to be entirely honest with you. It might be my fault, as I've actually learned quite a lot of these cant, and I heard them talking, and I mentioned it to one of our overseers, and they were killed.
Oh,
sorry.
It's fine.
What?
I don't know. I'm lost.
I know thieves can't.
Oh. All right. Is Dark Lake deep with further west, or where's this place?
Dark Lake is west of here. It is considered to be harder for us to traverse, as the Kuatoa lay claim to that land.
And what the hell is Sloop Doop? Is it a part of the Kuatoa?
It is a Kuatoa settlement.
See. And
See.
Your daughter is there, and well, they tend to make sacrifices out of anyone who kind of comes near their settlements. As do we, but theirs tends to be a bit more.
Looks at the Kuatoa. That is
like he's just kind of just like staring straight forward at like you. Like as you look at him, he looks you dead in the eyes, and he's just staring at you.
There is stuff about the Kuatoa if his tongue was cut out.
He said that he was to meet heroes or people he needed to speak with, and so Minerva had us cut out his tongue.
I mean, he could write, correct? I mean, Bunny, do you still
don't know.
Bunny, you wanna
That's
try
in
it
a
out?
language we could understand.
I mean, he could try.
I guess.
If it provides more context, he was speaking in his own language at the time.
I see.
We happen to know some of it, if only for listening in on their conversations and being able to understand them.
Well, let's try it out. I guess let him write something.
For the orc and the spies, it says it's an escape further west. Is it past the Dark Lake or before it?
That might not. I don't quite know myself, though. From what I heard, I believe their escape had happened in the Dark Lake itself, and I believe it had happened. We had shipped the three off one at a time the group that you were referring to, minus the 2 spies who were killed immediately.
What about Goggles? I can't pronounce these goddamn names.
Oh,
The
That would
halfling is it in the west as well, or?
the halfling had traveled further northward out of the Dark Lake, from what we knew. We have no idea where he is. Perhaps with the Dwemer or the Draugr, whatever they're called.
Lovely.
And Grapplestug, in what direction is this?
Oh, Grapplestuk. Yes. Actually, yeah. Now that I'm recalling it, yes, they are. It is. It is. Are you aware of what shield dwarves are?
They're, I believe, dark dwarves. Or, their name escapes me, but vaguely.
Dregar. Yes, they are Dregar. Mr. DM Kenny says.
They're
in his
Dragar.
head. Dregar. They are dark dwarves. They live underground in the Underdark as well. I believe that is one of their cities.
Are they hostile?
Maybe. Probably not as much as we are. You'll probably find commerce amongst them.
I think they might be, at the very least, territorial.
No, actually, you would probably be welcome in their city. It's just that you might potentially get sold as a slave if you're not strong. But you seem to be quite capable, so.
Is that type of society?
You might be relatively fine.
Wait,
It'd actually be a
what
place
about,
for you to
what about
trade.
Dorcas? Or are you
He
saying
would.
us in general?
He'd be fine.
What
All
about
of
me?
you. I think your group would be fine. I think all of you would.
Just don't show sign of weakness, in a way.
They're probably nicer than we are.
Not a high bar to beat.
They won't attack you on sight. They'll just attack you if you're weak and defenseless and they happen to need slaves that day.
Can you tell me about why is this dwarf hunting this orc? In
The
prison
dwarf and they're both just like kind of staring at each other.
Oh, it's you two. Never mind. I thought it was the last one. My apologies.
No, these two were fighting. Apparently there was a quarrel between them of some sort. They were hunting each other, and the orc got lost in the Underdark, and the dwarf had followed, and then we had captured them.
So okay, then never mind.
I believe the orc was a part of a tribe who was attacking one of your settlements above.
That makes sense.
Good news, though, he's quite docile, actually. Strange.
I think he learned his lesson.
He actually hates fighting and is incredibly scared of his own blood.
Huh.
That's funny.
Inside
I wouldn't
check.
exactly call it funny, but
He looks really
it's
pissed.
kinda...
He's like super pissed as you guys are talking.
Inside check.
It's quite ironic at the very least, and
Is it because can I insight it?
He's a coward. He's cowardly. Even now, he's like he's putting up a very strong face, but he is absolutely horrified of like everything around him.
I see.
He looks just like Kaito, but on the inside, he's melting.
Well, I guess our journey is to the west, right? What's the at the very least, we do.
If you wanted to reclaim your daughter, I assume that you'd go westward.
I mean, we do have one to, at the very least, be our sponsor. I don't know how to put it correctly.
What are you talking about?
If we bring them along, they won't be hostile towards us. You
know. There is something important I just want to mention. If you're planning on turning me loose very soon, the Furblugs are all in the City of Spiders by now, and I very much apologize for my actions.
Where is the City of Spiders?
Is it called the City of Spiders, or is there a more particular name for the town?
The City of Spiders.
I don't know if the City of Spiders is like a title.
Well, that's what we would call it in common. But if you're looking for what it would be in undercommon, she then says something incredibly long, which I can't pronounce.
looks at Bunny.
Incredibly long, which I can't pronounce.
I
What
want to give it a shot.
And looks at Bunny.
I want you guys to be able to give it a shot too, so I'm going to drop it in chat. Here you go.
Menzo Baranzan.
Menzo Baranzan.
Menzo Baranzan.
This is where Jarlaxle's, not Jarlax. Yeah, it's got cool lore stuff. Menzo Baranzan is sick.
It's one of the more flushed out drow cities.
Yeah.
And Menzo Baranzan is like a very well defended, incredibly large drow city with an incredibly large standing army of trained drow warriors and mages.
Understood. And this is where they took my family?
Yes.
That's
okay.
This is where a majority of all the slaves go. A lot of work is needed there, and furblokes are strong. And on top of that, they're actually very reliable. They form bonds relatively quickly, and I actually really apologize. I actually gave them a lot of information about how to help break them a little bit.
I don't think that you need to keep apologizing for the actions you've done before.
I would disagree.
I was pretty good at my job.
Again, it was your job.
It was your life, was it not? You seem rather loose-lipped, as a nice way to put it. I'm rather worried about what you might do. Should you choose to go against us in the end? You know plenty about us, do you not?
If I leave here, I'll have no reason to go against you, so...
It just seems like...
Plus, I'll find a better life above anyway. It sounds like I won't have to do these things anymore, which is very nice.
Crimson is looking at her intensely. You know, like he has doubts in his mind.
She's just looking up in the sky, just kind of sweating.
He just kind of like nudges like the side of his leg, like, what are you doing?
If it makes you feel any better, I'm no longer a cleric of Lolth. I actually can't cast spells.
Speaking of Lolth, who the hell is Lolth?
It's their god.
She's the Dark Mother.
Guy.
She is our deity. She actually has. I don't know how gods work above, but she has a very physical presence down here. There was a time when not many would see her. However, I believe now a lot more people are saying that they're beginning to feel her presence once again, and that was relatively empowering for clerics. There's also rumors that Zigamonti has actually taken physical form, if you know who that is.
Do I know who that is?
Zigamonti is a fungus god of like decay, death.
Looks at the mushroom. Kaito stops petting for a second. And
this is a myconid. This is one of them. Although it's a little strange, it can't produce spores. If you were curious, he's actually very intelligent.
Oh,
so
I had quite a lot of very intelligent conversations with him before. He's actually very smart.
Oh, what is he saying right
now? I mean, it's not really easy to tell what he's saying when I don't have any tools that get him to talk.
Well, how did you communicate with it then?
Telepathy?
Oh.
I see.
Magic. Well, at the very least, we know how to communicate with it.
I mean,
later.
Could always try to decipher its strange.
It taps its feet and it has encoded messages. It's weird.
It seems like something worth looking into.
Is it a monstrosity or is it a beast? Is it of nature?
Awakened plant life.
A myconid is well, some of them are sentient, some of them aren't. It really depends. The bigger ones in a patch are usually the smartest, from what we generally can gather. So he was the largest mechanid in his patch, and he is very small. Normally there'd be more of them, but there are not. He is just by himself.
The reason I ask is that I'm usually pretty proficient with communicating with animals.
He is most certainly not an animal.
He's a plant life matters.
He's a plant person. He is as much a human being as I believe that we are.
I didn't know if he fell under the leaf category more so than the beast category. That was all.
Myconids, I believe, are not plants. Give me just one moment for DM Kenny to kind of take a look at that.
I mean, are they mushrooms or plants, right? Fungi.
I mean, technically, but plants under that is usually like you're talking to a sunflower.
It's a bit of a weird one because I can't like talk to them. Like I don't know what they're getting at. But like how I understand the speech of Beast and Leaf is that I have advantage on charisma checks that are like to interpret that like foot tapping, for instance.
Like
the way
body
that he
Let's
does
take a
try
look
to
at what
communicate.
myconids are considered. I actually do have a myconid stat block. I have quite a few, so let's take a look. They are considered plants. They are plant creatures. They are plant type. So they are just incredibly large, advanced plant people.
Gotcha.
So you technically would be able to communicate with them. I wouldn't say it's in a direct way. You probably just understand that foot tapping.
It does say through a limited manner, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You probably get like an idea of what he's trying to say, but you're gonna get like the general concept of what he's trying to say.
Happy, angry.
He's currently tapping his feet, and as he does, you're getting the general sign that he is nervous.
Is it because someone's doing something?
He is nervous of Kaito.
Alright, so can you do me a favor? Can you step over there? And I'm gonna point to the opposite side of where the myconid is.
Alright. Steps over to the opposite side of the myconid.
Thank you.
The myconid definitely seems happier to you, John.
I'm just gonna give him a thumbs up.
He undulates with happiness.
Undulate.
Does he do like a little dance?
Yeah, he's doing like a little, like, he's just like stepping with a little bit more pep, you know? He's just like doop, 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 doop.
Oh, Menzo, whatever. What is the population looking like?
I can't give you exact numbers, unfortunately. It's too big for that. Unfortunately, there's no official census that's done all the time.
So it's very big. Got it.
I can tell you that it's very big and probably a lot larger than your group can possibly handle if you do a frontal assault. Although if you guys are sneaky like you were just then, you'll probably be able to do some damage. However, perhaps you'll seek aid from maybe the
doc gnomes, dwarves.
Perhaps they could help, or maybe your halfling friend has a plan.
Yes,
he seems to be heading north, which is actually towards that location. And if what I was hearing him say correctly, I believe he actually has some plans to. I'm not really sure what he was trying to describe now that I think about it.
Yeah,
all he said was that he was looking to rid this place of darkness, whatever that means.
That's very ominous.
Crimson is like tapping his foot idly. He's staring up at the ceiling, like just trying to think. But then all of a sudden, but his eyes widen. It seems that he's got the gist of what he meant. That road man. Awkward silence.
Wait.
If I've done all the correct, if I've done clarification work well, can I do I go now?
I think we got all the information. Yeah. Right.
But he just kind of very rapidly nods.
Do not try to go back on your word on us.
I won't. Me and Jordan and Quinn are gonna go, and we're gonna be just fine. And we're not gonna come back. We promise.
And if we meet again, I'll owe you a drink.
Take care.
Bye.
Be
Love.
safe.
Good luck up there.
Don't eat
Right,
the
us.
brown. Don't eat the brown mushroom.
What?
I will try not to eat poison.
And also, if you see a
Or he
rocktopus,
just kind of squints at Kaido.
also if you see a rocktopus, it's friendly.
She's just like, what?
Okay,
Well,
bye.
go on,
No,
go.
you're not.
Okay, bye.
You're not making any sense, Kaido.
Listen, it's been a week.
Yeah.
I've seen so much action since.
We all have.
Yes.
And they are off, leaving you guys to your lonesome. It has been probably like a 20-minute conversation.
I feel like
You guys have a.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you guys have like an hour and 40 minutes left of that head start that you gave you guys selves.
I feel like we need to be a little bit kinder to people like that. I don't know.
I mean, if they show compassion and wanted to change, I'll
I
give them a
mean,
chance.
it
But
isn't
forgive me
easy
for having my
them.
doubts of these people.
No,
It's
that's cool. Like, I get
understandable.
that. It's just that, like, when all you know is bad stuff, you don't really recognize that you're a bad person, you know?
Exactly.
When you're introduced to goodness and you take the steps to be good, that makes you a good person as far as I'm concerned.
Be in their
Such
shoes.
goodness is, and what if such goodness is lathered in deceit? You know not what these people are capable of, but I've heard countless stories of people that I've fought alongside
Yeah,
of the
you've
evils
heard
of them.
stories.
They've
You haven't
encountered them,
experienced it yourself.
and I've heard it from accounts of people who have.
I think that it's reasonable to suffer with your people that you care about, but I also think it's important to empathize for those who don't know better. Hate the crime, not the criminal, you know?
Either way,
No, I don't know. I won't lie, and I don't understand empathy. It's something that I can't grasp very well.
That's okay.
well,
Hmm.
we have a long
That's why-
journey ahead of us, anyways.
We'll work together.
All right.
Thumbs
So we gotta go. It seems like we have to go to this.
The Dark Lake?
The Dark Lake, and then north, right, Kenny?
If you wanted to go to the Dark Lake, I will pull up travel for the Dark Lake.
As
Is it-
eager as I am to go to Mesobaranzan and
That's-
free my people, I think that that's kind of going to be our last stop, considering that's
Cold
kind of the-
capital,
that's like the capital of drow operations, it seems like.
and seems that our halfling friend has a means of infiltrating. So gotta catch up on him. Wherever
And
he is.
where was your daughter at again? They said that she escaped on the road somewhere.
West of here in the Dark Lake, where the Kuoto is, as he points towards the one without the tongue.
Gotcha.
Hopefully she's alive and not enslaved.
If she's anything like you, I'm sure she's fine.
You see Kaito gives like a... Ooh.
Oh no.
I can say Dorcas, she is a very feisty one.
Kind of like her dad.
Well, mostly in combat, but majority of the time she's nice, outgoing, elegant, not brute like me.
Gotcha. Sounds like you're very proud of her.
And I am.
Gotcha.
Same as Galen is part of you.
He just smoked something a little earlier on. I don't know why he's being so quiet.
I mean, he.
You are my son!
Yeah, that's...
Well,
He found some crazy cave mushroom again.
I mean,
Nah,
he did got shot within bear form like a bunch of times with poison. So I think this
yeah,
is like,
he's
stressfully. Yeah, he'll be fine.
sometimes he's just meditative. Sometimes it keeps him honed. He'll joke around. But he jokes around and acts goofy to the naked eye, but he's very wise. He takes his moments of meditation.
And he knows this shit around these parks. At least.
Yeah.
Good thing we didn't explode back in that cave area with gas. All right, let's get going.
Yeah.
You have a tendency to make people anxious.
Look, I'm not really good at social skills. My daughter is, but not me.
All right. You guys travel for a day. May I ask at what pace?
We
So
have
we have a map. So we have a map, and
Yes,
so
you're not lost.
Yes, and we still have people pursuing us. So I want to say
Yes.
we travel at a fast pace.
Fast pace and looking towards like, oh no, terrains if we have any.
between my wanderer background and Crimson just being a ranger, I think that we have like the skills to travel at a fast, slow, like stealthy pace.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Also, I'm sorry if I blinked and missed it, but what happened to Squid? Where
Oh,
did Squid go?
her.
She had to take care of her brother pretty much. Because and just I guess for the context of the rest of you guys, he's a baby, so sometimes he does need some attention and caring for him.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's not
Be
here.
in your house.
What?
Let's go.
Oh, so she's not here.
Yo, baby.
Okay.
She's not here.
No.
She is
No.
canonically not here.
Okay. Well, I
Sorry,
will
my
keep
head
that
just
in
kind of
mind.
blown.
As
I
we
didn't
go
even hear the
forward.
Discord blip actually.
No, mostly
Yeah.
I
she
didn't
posted
even hear
in
a
chat.
message.
No, she posted in D&D chat.
Gotcha.
Yes.
See, that's
In the roll
probably why I
20.
missed it.
In the roll 20
Yeah.
chat.
Apologies.
No, it's okay. She might be back later on, but it's just in case if not, she'll let me know.
We'll
I get it.
We'll just keep going. We'll keep going. The first day, nothing happens. You guys travel at a very fast pace. You guys are able to keep up. Then you guys are you guys going to make camp, or are you guys forced marching for another day?
Make camp.
Make camp. Just in
I
case.
think that we try to seclude the camp and hide it the best we can, like we have been.
Are you guys
Gotta
traveling?
wait.
I should actually ask you this too. Are you traveling with Stool and the other guy? Because they would be following in like literally the same direction. Or are you guys purposely trying to get them out of your party?
I thought we were taking Stool with us, like we're carrying
I'm
this
taking
mushroom.
Stool. We're taking Stool.
Stool's
I can
going in the same
speak with
direction you
Stool.
are. Yeah.
I can
I
speak
mean,
with.
I think we should take the other guy because he is a part of the Kuotoa clan.
I'm going to make an attempt to speak with Stool.
Okay.
Hey, little guy,
Tap, tap, tap.
or old guy.
He is happy.
I don't know. It's nice to see you. My name is Dorcas. I'd shake your hand if I could. You're going off in that direction with us?
He's gonna wiggle around to alert you to the fact that he is actually very old.
Gotcha. Well, it's nice to meet you then, sir.
Sir Shirley.
Or ma'am. Whichever one you
neutral.
prefer.
He tells you that he has no concept of what that is.
Okay.
Like he has an idea of what it means for you, but it doesn't mean it for him.
Okay. I will find a title to give you later. You are cool, though.
He thinks you're cool.
Thank you.
He communicates that
would you like us to?
You're
Would you
very
like us
cool.
to travel with you, or would you like to travel on your own? Are there some corridors that only you can go behind that maybe you, as a myconoid, can access because of your physicality? I don't know.
He walks forward at his normal walking speed to alert you to the fact that he is basically immobile and that he would love to be carried.
Okay, understood.
Mushroom.
You're
Does
not
he-
poisonous, are you?
He doesn't know.
He just sits
I guess
there.
I would. I guess I wouldn't know if I was poisonous. Okay,
Hey,
that's fine.
Galen, is it poisonous?
I'm your dad.
I'm your
You're dead.
Can you make a nature check?
Sure, I'll do a nature check from Kenlin. Cool. Alright, Genlin, let's go. Let's do it. Is he poisonous, Genlin? Let's
Takes a
do
little sample.
I mean, if he's tasting it, okay.
No,
He
I'm
licks it.
fucking
Like, he
with
gives
you.
it a fat lick.
I'm
I
gonna make him do a nature check just to see how. Oh
I
God,
have a better
that's
nature
crusty.
than him. That's unlucky.
Rusty.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, how
I
about
mean,
you
like,
do it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to eat him. Like,
No, we just
he's
see.
a living
just see-
creature.
No, we
I
just
just
see.
want to see if we carry him, we get hives or not. That is my only concern.
You
You
like
break off
you
a
look at
tiny
him.
little chunk of you.
I'm
He's
not
entirely
a piece of a
white.
living creature off.
you're like looking at like the type of mushroom, like you might be kind of equating it to like things inside your head. He looks very close to an incredibly edible mushroom.
Dorcas, you said it's
yeah, what's up?
poisonous, right? I mean, I did pet it as
No,
Kaito
I
shows
mean
us.
Oh,
like
no, he's
it's edible. Like he is a very edible type of mushroom. Like he looks like you could probably eat him.
first and foremost. Stool over here is one of our elders, so we should give them respect.
Oh,
They are not a boy, just a youngin. They are old and wise, but they move very slowly. So, does anyone have like, well, I can carry stool on my back. I just need some extra bag space. That's all.
I mean, I can carry some for you. Like,
What do you
So do
mean
I.
some?
like how much you got?
I just need
still
like.
seems very nervous for
I was about to say we're not gonna chop him up or anything.
No, I'm saying I will carry like your
What
load,
do you mean
and then
some? Like,
I said I'm gonna carry like whatever you have on you, so you can put stool in. God,
so far you have not. I'm gonna be honest with you, Kaito.
just
Stool
give me
is
the
a little
shit you
frightened of you.
need, like over.
Okay. I mean, I can carry a bunch. I'm okay. I've got a 20 in strength and powerful build. I can carry a fucking
I meant
moon.
room for your bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's a.
I can carry the.
He's like my
playing a
fucker
weeb-ass game.
Here's a couple of hunting
Solid.
traps you could hold on to. Some of the ore.
Hunting
Okay.
I saw
trap.
it.
How many ores you got on him?
It's 9 pounds of raw steel and mithril. You could hold that.
9 pounds.
9 pounds.
All right, so I'll put 9 pound.
I thought you were gonna say 9 pounds of mushroom, and I was
And
like,
we'll say that we'll say that just the 9 pounds of steel and mithril carry covers enough space. I'm assuming, if that's all right, Kenny. Unless he weighs more than that.
backpack. He actually he doesn't weigh much. He weighs 10 pounds.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
But
so
like the girth, you know, the
you just get that,
He's-
and then I.
He's a small-sized creature that literally weighs 5 pounds.
we could juggle him, you know?
He's the size of Bunny, but incredibly squishy.
he can
I-
squeeze through things at least.
I
No,
want
he
to know.
can't. He's just the size of Bunny, but squishy. Like you could, if someone were to stab him, he'd fucking die immediately.
I kind of
Okay,
want to
Stool,
say
be
that, like,
very
if at some point Bunny and like the mushroom are standing right next to each other, he's just gonna stare. Like he's just gonna be looking at them. Like I'm talking a Sherlock Holmes pose where like one arm is propped up on the other and he's like rubbing his chin, just
pondering stool like a wizard would do his orb. I got you.
exactly. Yeah.
Orb.
Because he's in my bag, I'm putting stool in my inventory.
Do it.
Stool.
Stool is now an inventory
Does-
item.
Do we notice that the Kuto is following us?
The Kuoto is still staring at Kaito.
I just gesture him like, come on.
Shoot.
Not like, come on.
What
Like,
do you?
like join. Like, it will be.
Oh, he's like following you. He's just staring at Kaito.
Can I insight check on why he's staring at me?
Sure.
Like, is he like
Insight.
deep stare, gazing like demonically, or is he
It's
like
like
just
it's just gazing at you, like he's like looking in awe at you.
16?
He feels some reverence seeing you.
Reverence. Guys, I feel uncomfortable when he's looking at me like this. As if I'm like some.
You're intimidated by the fish.
He sees
No.
me.
It would be like, all right. So you know how like when you met John Cena, Sonny?
Yeah.
I would like you to imagine that like you had just seen like John Cena,
Barack
and that's how like that's like how he looks. He looks like he's just seen like a very important cultural figure. Like he looks at you like one would like any kind of pop star would. Like he's just
He's-
kind of like cool.
He,
That's Kaito.
his eyeballs are like kind of dilated.
But
I'm freaking out.
the weird thing is that with the 16, you're actually able to kind of glimpse into his head just like a little bit. You get the feeling that he knows you.
Who are you? Who the fuck? Bunny,
He's his pet goldfish that he like flushed down the toilet when he was
Bunny,
10.
Bunny, can I ask you Can you give him the parchment? I feel that he knows me somewhere.
I mean, if we can understand what he's writing, yeah.
Yeah, like
And
you guys
may
gonna
you
give
talk to
parchment?
him?
Yeah.
his tongue is cut out, Dorcas.
Unfortunately,
I'm
Maeve
sorry.
actually can't talk to him, and he can't talk even if he wanted to, as Maeve does
Oh.
not have his language.
Oh.
unfortunately.
What language?
And his
missing,
tongue is
right?
cut out too, right?
He speaks he speaks Koatoa. They have their own language.
Right.
At this point, though,
mean-
he kind of speaks in a way that's like totally incomprehensible. Like before, even if he was speaking Koatoa, you might have been able to understand him. Now it's not even like a language; it's like sound. It's just like a lot of gurgling, just like.
I mean, like,
Oh, he's a Murloc.
again, if like he writes down something, we can at least try to decipher at some point.
Yeah, maybe he can write down in another language. Or if anything, we could decipher the Kuatoa, like you said.
You guys gonna
Either
give him a paper?
Yeah.
Got you. So he is going to draw something, and then he's going to immediately fold it and hand it out to Kaito.
Okay. I look at it.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ah!
17.
You maintain your eyes in that paper, and what you see is something that you really don't want to. You witness, like, it seems like this figure might actually be moving for like a second, just as like you're gazing upon it, and then finally, like, it like rests, and like after like an initial shock, you realize that it's just a drawing. It's just a drawing. It's nothing else. On that paper is scrawled a two-headed baboon with tentacles surrounding its figure, all around it.
Can I discern it's some demonic shit?
You don't know.
I'ma just.
Kaito, are you okay?
I'm Kaito just gonna slowly folds the paper and looks at Bunny. Don't look at the paper. Same goes with all of you. Don't.
Hey,
I swear to God, I just saw something.
Hey, Stool, do you trust this Kuatoa guy?
You get the feeling that Stool's nervous of the Kuatoa, but not distrusting of the Kuatoa.
Gotcha.
He
Can you
didn't try to eat him.
Not yet.
Kaito, what did you see? Can you just tell
A
us?
baboon with 2 tentacles.
No, a two-headed baboon wrapped in tentacles.
2-headed baboon wrapped in tentacle. Can I make a history check? Do I see something like that, or just like it's just weird for me?
Go on ahead.
History check.
Two-headed baboon with
Yeah,
tentacles.
it's fucking weird. I don't remember what the fuck is this.
Maybe it's one of the demons down here.
Well, whatever it is, I swear to God, it moved.
That's unsettling. So no words, like no words at all.
No
Just
words,
the
just a
image?
drawing. Mhm.
That's really weird.
I don't trust it.
Does he still have more parchment?
No, we probably only gave him the one piece
No,
of paper.
I probably just gave him one, like, to see
Very
what he
sad.
right.
He seems eager to keep drawing. He probably holds his hand out for more.
I give him a high five.
Math away his hands.
You give him a
Bless
high
you.
five, he looks at you. He smiles.
I'm gonna say this. Keep an eye on him. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as he's not slowing down our pace, it's no harm. I'm gonna have to carry Stool, but hopefully he can just keep up. That's all.
Yeah.
Stool's gonna wiggle around in your backpack.
Wait,
just kind of get very
What's
snug.
the walking speed of the Kuatoa?
He is actually faster than you.
Oh, okay, good to know. Since
He's good. He walks at 30. I think he walks at 35. That's his character sheet.
I walk
And just
at
He's
humor
not
40.
me.
much faster, but
And just humor me. What's Stool's?
10.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Him and Rocktopus are about to have the slow pace party.
Yeah.
At least you can carry him, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what what Stool has to offer you guys. Unfortunately, the Kuatoa has weird drawings he may offer you.
Stool's just going in our
Weird.
direction.
Sanity.
Hey,
Weirdness.
just let me know when you want to get off, kind of like you're hitchhiking, buddy, and then I'll kind of take you to your destination.
Hey,
Sound good?
Stool's gonna wiggle around. He's going to alert you to the fact that he has no destination in mind. He just has a direction in mind.
Oh, well, just let me know when you want to stop, I guess.
wiggle, wiggle.
Hey, Crimson, you've been kind of quiet. What's up?
He is like he is a very intense and I dare say strained look on his face, almost angry as he's trekking ahead of sleep. Merely paying attention to the path ahead of us. What is it?
I just wanted to check if you were okay. You seem really tense, like even more so than usual.
Yes, I'm feeling something. All right, I just want to get through to where we needed to go. That's all.
Inside check.
What?
21. What does it give me for you?
Oh my god.
From fucking where? 30 feet away? Where's the conversation happening? I'm so
I don't know.
confused. Like,
I don't know the combo too. I'm just
I don't
like,
know.
I just approached Crimson. I don't.
I mean, they speak.
Kaito emerges from the shadows.
just interjects.
Alright, so
Scared me.
Are you
I do,
I don't know if they
Here's
are far away. I'm just,
Alright,
I'm just
well,
like,
no,
you
you're
thought, like, they're like.
I do
10
want to
people.
go over something.
Huh?
Insight checks, how I roll them on players,
Yeah.
from players to players, skill checks. You can't roll deception on another player to deceive them necessarily. Like, you can't trick them into being like your mind slave or something, or make them do something they don't want to do. So essentially, skill checks on players are as meaningful as the other player wants to make it. So if a 21 is a DC that Vice is set inside his mind, then he can let whatever information be gleaned from that. Essentially, you decide.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. I love you, Kenny.
The only exception to this rule would be anything that is like governing combat, in which case I would probably want reasons for it. But if there are significant reasons for it, I'll allow it to happen, and I'll run it like straight combat.
Okay. Honestly, I'm happy with this roll. Okay, but Sonny, can I ask you to make like a history check?
Okay.
It's just okay.
Damn.
So this conversation probably isn't happening too far away, given the fact that everyone's moving at a fast pace. It's just that Crimson is at the head of the party, probably like right now, just like trying to scout out where it had to go. But so hearing this and looking at it, it's just like it's pretty obvious to you. He's frustrated that what he's experiencing is just frustration rather than just flat out anger at something. That it's most likely due to the fact that he's had all these leads and ends, but nothing concrete, no clear evidence, just whispers and doubts and secondhand accounts, not even firsthand, pretty much. Like Asha, it's like Asha and the prison records. They're useful, but they're not so much as a solid documentation, even as far as the prison records went to him. But with that history check, you remember something very specific. And during the heartwarming moment between Genlin and Dorcas, and in the furbolg that they pretty much rescued and conversed with, he was towards the back of the party, looking at them with an almost furious expression. You wonder why, and then it just clicks. Then it just clicks because of what you know about this person that Crimson is hunting. He's practically his father towards him, and just all these failures have just led him to feel very bitter about it.
Gotcha. That's
Kaito will remember this.
That is definitely a 21 for insight.
Yeah. Hey, I was looking for something high, and he got it, so I gave it to him.
Kaito will remember
I just
Whatever you want.
the silence afterwards.
I mean,
He got me.
he got a really high history check. Otherwise, I wouldn't have given him that last part.
that's really
I'm
valid.
just trying to be fair.
Very good.
Kaito will remember this, and like Oh boy.
Oh boy.
he just walk away with the baggage clearly
Yeah.
unfolded before him.
He's walking away with the mushroom or something.
It stinks because as
Pat the
another
mush.
player, I'd like to pick up on that information, but I
I-
didn't make the roll, so I'm just going to be talking with Stool.
Stool.
I mean,
Stool is happy talking with you, Dorcas. He likes you.
On a roll again.
All right, so everyone expend a ration. I will
Okay.
expend rations for the two
DM.
people who aren't here.
But Kenny, I don't have rations.
But
Get
DM.
die.
But DM. Good berry. No, fuck.
Oh, actually, do you want Genlin to use Goodberry, guys?
Nah, he doesn't have to.
Nah, he doesn't
Our
have to.
rations will actually expire. He could hold the good berry cast.
Yes, they will.
It's been a
Good
week.
choice. Indeed. I am keeping track of how long you've been keeping those rations.
Keep track
Crunch,
of these
crunch,
nuts.
crunch, 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 crunch.
Lucas,
Hey, keep track of these nuts, Kenny.
Yo, what's up?
can I borrow you for a minute? I want to go hunting with you.
Does he say wink? Like,
1 second.
No,
That'd
he
be
does
funny
not.
if he did.
yeah.
I don't pick up on the wink, and I'm just gonna go, oh, okay, cool.
Alright.
And he's gonna get up and take hunting with you.
As they
Is
walk
Stool
away.
with you? I'm just curious. That
Nah,
if
Stool's probably
there.
chilling at the camp if we stopped at camp for a little bit.
Alright,
As
I
they
know
walk,
say exactly
like,
where he is. He is going to be next to Bunny, incredibly far away from anyone else who looks like they might be dangerous.
Bunny with the cat. You shove
Yes.
So,
I don't know, like,
30 to 40 feet away from earshot. Kaito.
I haven't gone yet down here. What do you think we're gonna find? Like spider or something?
Actually, I
These
was
nuts.
wanting to since you are the more sympathetic type and know your way around woods, I saw something in Crimson that makes him feel frustrated. You know that hot warming moment when you hug that kid Phobog not too long ago?
Yeah.
Well, I think you should, if you can, talk to him about it. Because he is very frustrated on the evidence that he has seen so far. None of it is concrete, and seeing those hot warming moment, he felt bitter.
I gotcha.
I just
Do you
don't
think
want. He has a lot of baggage.
Gotcha. I mean, I wouldn't say baggage. That is kind of negative sounding. No, I kind of get the gist. I'll have a word with him. Would you like me to have a word with him, or would you rather me?
Yes, please, if you can.
Okay.
That, or if you like, you can talk to Bonnie about it, since I think they're both close with each other. But your choice. I just want to let you know, because you're the more. You can handle this situation better than me, in all honesty.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll do what I can. So we're not hunting anything. Just the crimson thing is what you need. I mean, it seems like the emotional support of my friends takes precedence over hunting because we've got rations. So
yeah, so let's go back.
Okay, cool.
do you mind if I
Go ahead.
I just want to quick describe something really quickly, since you guys have now been a day into the Dark Lake, which means I can finally describe what this region of the Underdark looks like when you guys are ready.
Oh boy!
All right. The Dark Lake is filled with caves and tunnels, just like the previous labyrinth that you've went through. However, most of this place is actually filled with water, and waterways are very common. Canals that connect to a myriad of different caverns and chambers, some of which are underground and massively submerged deep underwater. Some of these bodies of water are actually even larger than some oceans in the above world. Some of them are completely submerged, only navigable by breathing underwater and like swimming. You guys have evaded those paths for obvious reasons, as Crimson would literally fucking die if he goes in the water. However, as you are navigating forward and you guys have made your day's progress, your first obstacle is here. Before you is a mile-long stretch of water.
Sure. And I'm assuming we like set up camp directly before that, and we plan on tackling it like in the morning or something.
Yeah, or trekking back.
Gotcha.
Either one.
Okay. Walking back to the waterside camp, Dorcas is going to make his way towards Crimson's tent and kind of just make his presence known. Hello, Crimson.
What is it?
I was going to go for a walk and see if I can find anything to maybe fashion a boat out of, if you'd like to come with me.
I don't think stone is very buoyant, but if you request my assistance, then I must help.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
a
He'll
tree.
get up. He just seems a little bit sour, but he'll get
No,
up. He'll get up and go to
I
help.
got it. I mean, remember last time we found a shack that was around something like this, where Donnie met his unfortunate end. So
I wonder if we'll find another present within. How unfortunate would that be? Huh? A little bit of that's just dark humor for me.
you weren't too fond of Donnie, were you?
No, I was trying to make a joke. Well,
Gotcha.
I don't think it was any secrets. Aquila is very precious to me, you see. Enemies of him are enemies of mine. Simple as that.
That makes sense. The way that he
A little-
seemed so eager to manhandle Aquila must have frustrated you.
Yes, it did.
Little tiny dragon's gonna pop out of your little pouch and just look up at Crimson. And go,
I want to
Yes,
just, whilst we're talking, Kenny, go for like a walk, kind of like not perimetering, but like a little out of the perimeter, searching for
won't
like
go-
anything that we might be able to make a boat out of in the morning.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
That's an
And I'll help him with
interesting
that.
thing. I thought you were going to say so
Actually-
that way you don't have to roll a random encounter.
Actually, I want to
for
help with
gathering
this.
food.
I want to
No, we're
help
not
with
like-
this. But,
Good.
no, I just said I wanted to help with this by expending we haven't taken our long rest yet, so this is my last spell slot. But I'm going to use it on wild cutting because we already set up our tent and stuff. So I'm basically going to use this to kind of like. I guess this would maybe count as suitable shelter. I don't know, but kind of, I guess, twisting it to help. You know.
It's okay. I think I perfectly understand what you're trying to do with the spell. And on top of that, I actually have a thing for it right here. It's very handy.
Ooh.
And that
Excellent.
spell might actually be very useful for you. So you begin sensing for edible things or maybe food, sources of food. The first one that comes to mind, the very closest source of food is stool.
Yeah.
Looked at stool.
He is you kind of get a feel that he is a source of food. But further ahead, further out into one of the nearby crevices of a cave wall. Which can only fit a few people at a time going forward down this tunnel. You sense something that could be edible, but you also sense shelter.
See.
Found something.
I
So hold
I
on.
how
You
stool-
detected an additional shelter. You said, right?
suitable shelter. Yes,
suitable shelter,
within the
okay.
kraken with the kraken of cave wall. That could
What
probably
food?
fit you and Crimson one at a time. As long as you shuffle next to each other, you guys should be good. You just can't travel side by side.
Okay.
It'd be more like shuffling side by side through a crack in the wall.
It's like, I think at some point, just like, because they're probably up close, like Crimson is gonna jokingly comment, it's like, "Hey, hands off the goods."
Nah, no worries. It's nice to have to turn around with. I usually do this on my own.
I'm glad I could help, some way or another.
Yeah. You seem pretty upset a little earlier on today. Is everything okay?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just seemed a little upset, a little angry. Ever
Yes.
since that whole encounter we had back at the camp.
I'm not very fond of Drow, nor am I fond of leaving so many important things up to them.
Yeah.
I get it. You're a very empathetic being who wishes to do good and see the good in everywhere, and see the good in everyone. Well, that's probably an overstatement, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm
No.
not like that to the slightest. I have fought along proud warriors, countless of them, and I have seen their scars. I have seen their graves and so many funeral ceremonies of those who've been lost in various ways, and some of which to the underdog. And through their words, I have heard them describe these people as the opposite of the description of humane. Their very society is built off pain. I cannot feasibly put my trust in someone who shares those views. Even if they say they disown it, I cannot believe their words so simply.
I understand.
Forgive me, I'm getting quite heated. No
No,
pun intended, of course, but
I don't
they
know if
frustrate me
you.
greatly.
I apologize if I misconveyed how I feel, because I'm not out here just looking for everyone to be happy-go-lucky, sunshines and rainbows. I was a fighter, and I still am a fighter. I'm a warrior for my tribe. I know that violence is the answer sometimes, because you need to defend yourself and defend the people you care about. You're not talking to someone who isn't unfortunately aware of that reality. I just think that we shouldn't discount the opportunity for rehabilitation and redemption. When someone, I said it earlier, I'm not going to go and lecture you at this point. I think that we can try to give people chances, and that's fine to disagree on that one, because that's just how my dad taught me. He's traveling with us now. But I don't know. I'm a little hopeless as well, truthfully. My tribe of 30 plus people goes missing, and I find one person. I mean, the clues are nice. I'm really happy to have found, kind of breadcrumbs leading me to a situation where I can help them, and the breadcrumbs keep me going, but sometimes it doesn't feel like enough.
No, it doesn't. It never feels like enough until you see that very person right there in front of you, dead or alive. Having that confirmation is a feeling of relief unlike anything else. Is
Exactly.
it not?
I don't know if I ever gave this to you. I think you were zoned the one day, but I have this battle axe with the orcish writing on it. I think it belonged to your orc friend.
Yes, it did.
Would you like to take that off of my hands, or would you rather me hold on to it?
No, I wouldn't say it feels right, but it helps you serve your warrior purpose better. Besides,
I'm not using it right now. I'm keeping it because I know that there are some magics that can be used to locate people who had items before, like clairvoyance or divination.
well, in that case, keep it. I don't possess such magic. It's better off in your hands.
My dad told me stories about it. But
I think at this. Oh, sorry.
No, you please.
Yeah, I think at this point, like you can just like because it's happened probably more than once. There's just the slightest twitch, the slightest twitch in his face whenever he mentions his dad, But he's clearly, just trying to suppress emotions and words.
Hey,
Do
Crimson.
you think I'd be allowed to make an insight check on that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. What's
Gotcha.
up? I think Kenny said something.
Hey, go ahead.
Yes, you guys are approaching your destination, towards the shelter I was talking about.
Because of my stone rune, I just want you to know, Crimson, I have advantage on insight checks because I chose this and it's imbued with me.
Feel free.
Just any insight check.
I fall under the category,
5.
Five.
Wait, John.
That fits with the
Wait,
character.
John. You have inspiration.
I'm not using my inspiration.
Aww.
You see, I don't know. They're crawling through this place, and like debris is probably like coming down. He's like, oh, he's just got stuff. He's getting stuff in his eye.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Fuck.
That's fine.
You guys crawl out of this like small tunnel, finally emerging out of the crack and towards this shelter which Crimson had sensed. Looking outwards, like out of this crack, finally like emerging out of it and looking around, you see a large forest, flush with what you think at first would be like normal plants, Darkus. Like you look at this and you see like a normal forest just down here in the Underdark, but then you take a closer look. Things are lit up with like strange luminescent fungus, and these trees themselves actually don't end with like a bushy top. Instead, it's a massive mushroom.
Would you look at that?
God, it's gorgeous.
It is the size of an oak.
Hey,
There
look,
are many of these things.
we found wood.
And I'm sorry, there's just like Crimson being
We
like
have
in all of
found
that stuff, and he's like, we found wood.
In the distance, wood.
Wood. Going out through this mile-long forest. Wood.
Nice. Maybe we could start
Nice.
chopping one of these down, or one of the smaller ones down, try to fashion a boat out of it, and then bring it back to the camp.
Crimson will glance between Dorcas and Stool. I was like, well, I don't quite know how to put this, but maybe not in front of the mushroom.
Oh, he's back at the he's back at the camp. We're good.
Well, I
Back
guess
at
either
camp.
way, either way he'll still say it's like maybe best if you don't impart this to the mushroom.
Do you have proficiency with carpenter's tools by any chance?
No.
You guys wish to
Unfortunately.
shut
Wait, actually, yes, I do. Actually, yes, I do. Wood
Because I
carvers.
think we talked about that at one point or another.
Yeah, I remember it. Oh yeah, I had to look for a second, then I saw.
You're good,
Oh
you're
yeah.
Because I could help you hack the bitch down, but I can't really carve it into a very good boat. But I think that you'd be pretty solid at that if you are proficient with those.
Yes, I had plenty of practice. I had plenty of practice with fashioning bows, and I think I could be able to manage such a task.
Awesome. I don't know. I appreciate your presence. That Ven rune means friend, so I'd hope that we're at least friends enough where you could tell me if something bad happens or you got something on your mind. I know I might be a headstrong fool sometimes, but my intentions are pure. I'd like to help you in any way that I can. That's all.
You're too kind. I'm merely doing what I should be doing, what's asked of me, what my job is. And coming clean about any hidden conflict within me isn't easy, you know.
I get that. Never is.
I envy you, Dorcas. I truly do.
What about?
Because your emotion, you're so infuriatingly emotional, and I envy it so greatly. For the life of me, for as long as I can remember, I've failed to understand them. I can experience them, of course. Pain, hate, love. They flow within me just like any other one does. But I can't understand it. I can't grasp it. And yet it appears to flow through you like water. It infuriates me to see something that I cannot grasp, let alone in the possession of someone where your father is right there beside you this whole time. Did you know? No, you couldn't have. Oh, he took this orc down here with him. Crimson turns away. On a mission, perhaps his initiation one, despite him being even younger within the initiation than me. Why wasn't it me? Had I done something wrong? Ever since I found his shield and this dawned upon me, I've been pondering these questions, rolling in my mind over and over, but I cannot understand it. I can't understand why he came here. I can't understand where he is. There is so much here that I can't understand, and it confounds me.
Hey,
It frustrates me.
not knowing something is perfectly understandable. I want you to be able to get that. Just because you don't know something doesn't make you less valuable or less worthwhile. It just means you need to learn that thing. Tossing your head over hypotheticals and things that could have been or should have been is going to do you no good, and it serves no purpose.
Yes, you're right, of course.
I don't know a bunch of things. I kinda stink.
I kind of stink.
I kinda
I
smell like
think,
shit.
I'm an empathetic person, but I just pick shit up and fuddle with it and break things all the time. When I was a kid, I was kind of like the goofball, and like I said, I'm used to hunting and scouting alone. That's what I did a lot of the time. Here, check this out. And then Dorks is gonna you see that he had like a bear pelt like wrapped around like his waist, pretty much like most of the time you've been traveling with him. And he goes,
Yeah.
"This is I hunted this when I was 13." And he gave me this gash right here, and he shows like the scar that's on his right hand eye. I brought it back to my dad, and I was like, "Hey, look, I'm strong. I I can prove myself. I'm good. And he didn't talk to me for like a month. He told me that that's not why we hunt. He told me that we should be hunting out of necessity, not out of sport. And I think it's probably the greatest shame that I felt up until losing my family. So I keep it on me, remind me. We work out of necessity.
Crimson's head hangs low, as do the fires sprouting from his head, as he just wonders aloud, you truly are a great person. I envy you so greatly. And thank you for telling me this, of course. Everyone has more depth to them. Sometimes it's difficult to see that on first, second, or even third glance. But I'm glad to know this about you. I don't mean to spit on you or your person. When I say I envy you, I respect you. I do. Every decision, so many decisions you've made in terms of people, something that I'm not very good at, have gotten us into such advantageous positions that perhaps if I had led the charge would have led us into certain death.
No.
You're capable. You're very, very capable. I mean to keep what I feel hidden deep within, because if anything, conflict is what I would most love to avoid. I'd love to avoid it most. You're undeserving of my petty jealousness, my hatred, my emotions, dare I say. I'm merely jealous, as I wish my father was here to be alongside me, as yours is with you.
I understand. I think I think our whole group has a lot of family issues, truthfully. And it feels weird to be with my dad and everything to be okay. I mean, okay in a loose term. It's just my dad and me right now. He's all that I got. Everybody's gone. I think that I have such respect for you, for Bunny, for Kaito. Maeve, I don't know too much about her family, but I'm assuming it's in the same fashion. Where I can't imagine myself growing up without them. I'd be such a helpless, defenseless person because I've learned everything from my family and my clan. The fact that you guys have become as strong as you are, as competent and as capable as you are, with just inner strength, baffles me. It just blows me out of the water. I have been hunting and scouting my whole life, and you do it so seamlessly and easily that I am very envious of your skills as well. But, yeah, I don't know.
Perhaps might we find solace in merely envying each other? I would be happy to teach you and help you, just as I would love to assist you in keeping your father safe.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know you would do the same if our positions were swapped. You're kind that way.
Yeah.
And I should repay this kindness. If not out of necessity, but more so the mere good of my own heart. I want to help you. I hope you know that. I say that all the time. I'm merely doing what's expected of me. I'm merely doing what my duty as a Drake Warden, as a ranger is. But being here has taught me it's okay. It's okay to want to do things simply out of emotion. Something that's slowly but surely perhaps I'll learn. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know, but like you just said, it's okay to not know things.
Yeah.
Look at
Nice.
that. I'm learning. Even at this age.
I'm very happy.
Crimson will step up and he's gonna pull this fucker in for an embrace. He's very warm, but he's gonna pull him in.
Do you guys
How tall
hug it
you
out
are?
and chop down a tree together?
You wanna chop down a fucking tree?
Yeah. How tall is Crimson?
He is 6'7".
Okay, I'm 7'10", so I've got like a little bit on you. So like the flames are right on my chin, but he like kind of like I don't know how you'd hug
Just
someone
leans
that's like
down.
he gets down a little bit and like wraps his arm around your head, but it's like hurting a little bit. He's like there.
No. Actually, I can describe something.
Here I have
Okay,
I have a
back up,
really
yeah.
I have a good way
Sorry.
to I have a good solution myself. that might
Vice
be
said
really
that he
cute.
wants to describe something.
I just want to say he's like a ponyta, like Kenny suggested ages ago. It doesn't hurt if it doesn't hurt if he trusts you. Is that what you're gonna go with?
Oh no, I was gonna say Aquila jumps on top of your head and gives you a little forehead a hug. Have the dragon take the flames for Dorcas.
Yeah. Quilla, you're scratching my ear.
He's Quiz just like kicking off like a little bit, like getting the zoomies just kind of going ham on top of your head. You guys are trying to have a man hug.
It's getting late, and we're gonna chop a tree down. But if you ever want to talk again, please do not hesitate. It's the only thing that I ask.
After this, I don't think I will. Well, hesitate. That is not talk to you.
I'd hope you meant hesitate.
I will not talk to you. Leave.
Ever again.
Ever again.
This is the last conversation Crimson and Dorcas ever had. Okay.
Now, let's chop some wood.
Chop, 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 chop.
That's what we do.
That sounded like something else.
Now, this is my only problem. Really quickly, sorry to take up more time, guys.
That's fine.
So
That's a
No,
moment.
bro, it was beautiful to witness.
we're on a forest. Is the forest connected to the stream?
You guys entered in through a crack in the wall.
Yeah.
So coming out of it, you guys found yourself in like a massive,
forest.
fucking sprawling cavern.
Fungus.
My problem
Fungus
is that we
forest.
can't fit the boat through the crack in the wall. So if we can't drop it right into the river, we're fucked.
You
Well,
guys would
here's
have to
the-
traverse back through the crack with the wood. That is
just
very
bring
true.
it back.
Well, can we fit a made boat through the wood or through the hole in the wall?
Fuck no.
No, you can
No.
just bring the
Assuming
pieces
it's
out, and then
squishy.
we can like just build it
Okay,
from there.
so we have to
You'd
like
have to take it out in pieces. You'd have to take it out and then assemble it over there.
Yeah.
And that's going to take time.
I'm
It's cool.
thinking,
We'll just mark it on the map and do it in the morning then, because that is going to be a long process.
I might have, but wait,
That
hold
would-
on. I might have an idea though.
Mm.
So you can so enlarge reduce can be cast on living creatures, right?
Yes.
Yes. Is mushroom a living creature? Like they're living,
They're
right?
plants.
Hard
How-
sell.
They-
Not if you chop it down.
I think it
It's
only
dead then.
reduces it by half either way, and half a tree is probably still not going to fit through the hole in the wall.
If you were to keep the tree alive and then bring it through, yes. To do so, you would have to not chop it in half. You would have to take the tree, which is larger than an oak, is like 40 feet tall by 40 feet thick.
It's thick.
So it's 20 by 20 if you shrink it, which is still not going to fit through a hole.
and if we shrink it
even
again,
five-
though, because we have two people who
It
have
does
enlarged
stack. I did say it would stack, but that's still
Yeah.
10. That's still 10.
It's
still
gonna
Does
be,
10.
anyone have a third enlarged reduce?
Nope.
If you had a third one, I would say yes,
Except
but you
Bunny.
don't have a third.
So
But
Bunny-
here's the thing:
alas.
Maeve just got a new spell, a new
She
type
can-
of meta
she
magic.
can she can dormant spell. Yeah.
Yeah,
She can do it
But-
twice.
this would be a cool thing for her to be able to show off because technically she can cast. I'm gonna just link it in the thing, see if she has put it in the character sheet yet. Here you guys go.
Hey Bunny, you
I
wanna
think
go
that.
fishing?
So we're stuck in the forest right here. We know where wood is. I think the move is we go back, mark this on the map, bring everybody here, and between one of our skill sets, we have to have an answer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maeve can cast Enlarge and Reduce twice. Once using Dormant Spell, another time by concentrating and casting it normally. And then Genlin can cast it once using concentration, the third time.
Okay.
This would shrink it down to 5x5, which would fit, but it would be a tight one. And I would govern that. I want you guys to like make some checks where it'll get stuck.
Can we just like
It's-
pick like can we
It'd be like
use
the equivalent of shoving a really long,
I
thick
think
pole
that-
down like a place that like curves and
It may be easier to just create them into 2x4s or whatever, and then just kind of shuffle through with them, and then build a boat that way. Because we're
If you-
realistically not going to need that many 2x4s to do it.
Yeah, and also
Exactly.
either way,
He's right.
when you like chop it, you gotta build the fucking boat either way.
That is another
Yeah, we'll
option.
build
but
it
you
on
guys
the
could
other
chop
side.
it all down to
Yeah.
pieces that are 2x4 inches, and then bring them all down there. 2 by
Okay.
2 by 4, 2 feet by 4 feet. I get it. Yes, that does work. That would take some time. I'd make you guys make some checks. But you guys have a person who's proficient with carpenter's tools, so that will definitely make the time a lot less. And
We
you can
have-
build a makeshift raft.
I wouldn't be taking this many steps if water
Wouldn't.
didn't literally kill Crimson.
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
Water.
so we need to make a good, secure boat.
Okay. So are we going with shrink it down and make checks to kind of get the tree out, or are we going with 2x4s?
I want to say
Quickly,
shrink
before
the
we
tree
go on
because
that
it's
one-
fucking funny.
Are we back at the camp right now? Like, did we mark it and go
Yes.
back to the camp?
If you guys wanted to. If you're telling
gotcha.
me you did, then yes.
Yeah,
Welcome
gotcha.
back.
Shuffle back, go through. Hello.
How's your walk?
We found mushrooms.
Ooh, edible?
Mushrooms like the.
Like-
As you say edible, fucking stools like immensely uncomfortable once again.
No,
My buddy literally blinks.
It's
Like,
okay.
They don't even have
Oh,
to sense
shit,
that.
sorry.
They just blink.
We found like wood. It's like a kind of like
Wood.
oak wood mushroom topped forest. We could use the wood to make a boat that can
There's
sail
a
us across
fucking
this.
forest in this.
You see the mushroom friend kind of wiggle around. He is attempting to communicate the name. However, if no one really has the means of speaking. Actually, does Genlin have speak with plants?
I
He
mean,
might.
he might.
Because yours is like a limited
I mean, he
passageway.
could. No, he
You
could
might be
prepare
able
it
to-
like for today and like speak.
Oh, you could.
In a couple
Did you guys
levels that I
want
would.
to?
Well,
Yeah, fuck it. We got time.
yes.
I believe speak with plants is a second level spell. Correct me
It
if
takes
I'm
like
wrong.
2
No,
minutes
it's
to
a
like.
third. It's a third level spell.
I mean, like a short
Third level
rest.
spell.
He can like switch
We're
it
level
out.
have third
We're
level
level 5,
spells.
so he should have at
He
least 2 third
doesn't
level spell
have-
slots.
Yeah, he didn't level up, but he does have third level spells. So I'm gonna say one of them is gonna be speak with plants, and he'll be able to communicate. So Mr. Mushroom can now be
All this
understood
time-
through Genlin.
All this time we
Yeah.
spent time farming and he didn't level up. Tisk tisk.
Tisk, tisk.
To be
Yes.
fair, it got rolled back.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Wait, let
He
me
did
double check.
level up.
Wait, let me
Oh,
double check
yeah.
mine. Hold up, real quick.
Yeah. Double check these nuts.
Wait, level 5, right?
Got him. Yeah, 5.
Yes.
Fuck. God damn it. Roll
You have
back.
to level yourself again.
Ah,
Yeah, it's cool. Take your time.
I did warn you before I warned you. a week
sorry.
ago.
Ah!
Okay.
Yes.
Level yourselves now,
At the very
please,
least,
God.
at the very least, I know that I roll fucking
Oh,
max.
level myself
did.
even if I'm at level 5. Okay,
No,
you said
no,
it.
no, no,
You said
no,
so.
no.
You said
Seven.
it.
No, please, no.
Say 7?
I'm level 20 already. Oh, God.
All right.
No, yeah, we found
Mushroom's
bunch
gonna
of wood.
communicate to you guys. Genlin's gonna like his eyes like go back in his head. He's gonna start channeling stool.
Oh my god.
now. I would be concerned. I would be concerned about the limited amount of wood that we'd find down here, and say that we marked this
Dorcas.
on the map for arrows, but it doesn't seem like Crimson's ever going to have that problem because I think you got 4 quivers worth of arrows on you right now.
He holds
Dorcas.
and shakes. Oh.
Dorcas.
Yes. Wait.
It is
what's
I,
up?
Genlin. It is me, Genlin.
Oh, hey,
it
Dad.
is me.
Your father.
Your father.
The mushrooms are known as Zarka wood. Dorcas. They're Zarka wood Zarka wood mushroom.
I'm gonna write that down. Zarka.
According to this
wood
little stool guy
mushroom.
here, they're edible. If you eat the tops of them, they're edible. You can eat them. We asked you not to, please.
Yeah, I was about to say that
begs
seems disrespectful. We've got food.
He begs you not to eat his kind. He says they're somewhat sentient, Dorcas.
Okay, Dad, I think we get it.
Oh, can we chop the wood? Can we chop the wood, Genlin?
I mean, we
gonna,
need the Zarka wood, so that's gonna be one of those situations.
Mushroom is just like standing there. Still.
Is there something we can do to siphon enough wood to craft a boat off of the Zarka wood mushroom that would not damage the living organism?
I mean,
He communicates the basic idea of no.
I'm sorry then, man. It's either the Zarkowood mushroom here, or we're gonna have.
We have to backtrack.
See, here's the thing. He's a mushroom, and like he loves all of his mushroom friends. He's friends with plants and stuff, quite literally. So like,
Poor thing.
this is like the equivalent of like being like a flower and like being like, I love to pick flowers, and like all the flowers he's
Yeah,
like his
but you
dead
also
fucking friends.
You need to understand as well that you are a sentient walking around mushroom known as a myconoid. And like I don't get all balled up and in tears when like you kill a deer to get venison, you know? Just because I am a flesh and blood creature doesn't mean that I'm going to beat up about another flesh and blood creature when we kill it out of necessity.
The stool's gonna kind of like wiggle around. He's gonna communicate the basic concept of myconoids eating people. That he eats you. That some of them eat you too. It's like he gets it. It's like he gets it. He understands. He's just like he's soulful.
It's a little disturbing.
He's just a little softer than most of his people. You know, he's a soft myconoid. He's aware that he's soft.
He's
He's a softy.
emotional.
You said you have no particular destination in mind though, Stool?
He's gonna wiggle around. He's gonna communicate the basic direction that he is going aligns with yours.
So I was about to say the Zarkowood Forest could be a good place for you to settle down.
He doesn't want to go there.
Oh, okay.
It's owned by others already.
Oh, there's more myconoids there.
Yeah, he's looking. He wants to. He's going back to where he came from, so he might be able to produce spores or something.
Okay.
Would you ask
He
him
wants
how
that-
he got here in the first place?
I mean, like we're saying, it's a he, but it is like I think it's closer to a woman, maybe, because it gives birth. You know, like it has.
It's a mushroom. It does asexual reproduction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wants to make more of itself.
It's kind of like a Namekian.
It seems like that's
How's
like
it
its
a Namekian?
primary purpose. Like this thing like really wants to make more of itself, and like
I
that's
mean,
like
like-
it's like it feels incredibly disturbed that it's sterile. Like it feels horrible.
I mean,
like-
wouldn't you
Have
want to
you
go home
tried-
and make a family at some point?
He wants to go see whatever created him to see if they'll give him the power to produce.
So they can have a family.
Yeah, that sounds hype. I'm with it.
I
Guys,
I think it's a good. I don't know. I'm your dad.
we got a big day of tree cutting ahead of us tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind it in the slightest, but on one hand, I can't help but just marvel at the absurdity. We're on a journey to help Mushroom have sex.
I mean,
To assist it have sex.
Just say you have sex. Just say that you have sex implies with that partner.
was not produced through
The mushroom
sex.
asks what that is. He asks what
It's
that word
technically
is.
sex with itself, I would assume.
He
No.
desires to know
Crimson, that's
about
just
you. He desires
masturbation.
to know what it means.
What?
Crimson does
What
the
is
Crimson
wrong
does
with
like
you
the
people?
finger. Crimson does the finger and hand gesture towards
Dorcas,
the mushroom.
Dorcas, he is asking what that means. He doesn't know what that gesture is.
Bunny's literally horrified. Just
He would like an
Oh.
explanation.
Crimson
Oh,
is enjoying this
please.
greatly.
please don't
Alright,
explain this to the mushroom.
are you okay?
So,
No, the
We've-
mushroom
we've-
really wants to. Mushroom's
think-
upset. Mushroom really wants to be
Hey,
let
we've
know.
learned-
So I've been
we've
told that
learned
proper sex
plenty-
education really helps
We-
actually
yes,
like reduce
we've learned
problems.
plenty.
I guess, but it's kind of.
Wait.
Why was it brought up?
He feels like there's like a communication issue of some sort. Like he isn't really getting what you guys are putting down at all. He doesn't understand.
We've
like to
learned
know.
We've learned plenty of their kind, including how they reproduce. I think it's only fair if we return the same information of us in kind.
Nose
do you
goes.
No,
Crimson, do you even reproduce like that?
I beg your pardon.
Dorcas's nose hit. Like I'm not doing it. Like,
The crimson
Bunny is
touches
literally
nose.
just
Yeah,
like,
he's touching his nose, dude. I said nose
Bunny,
goes.
it's either me or you.
you also don't have to do it.
why?
You know what? Never mind. I'll
Why?
handle it. It was everybody go back to your tents. I'm going to give the mushroom the talk. Everybody disperse. Go to bed.
I never
Goodbye.
thought I'd hear that sentence.
I know, neither did
Like in
I.
my life, ever.
Okay, school. So, you ever heard about the birds and the bees?
He has heard of birds and he has heard of bees. They are curious creatures which he
And
used to see.
I'm gonna give him the talk overnight, Kenny, and I'll give him a good proper sex education.
So you know what? Here's the thing. He asks a lot of very uncomfortable questions, all of which require like very detailed answers, and then he asks a whole bunch of very uncomfortable questions that are very personal to you.
Did you have sex before?
Okay, so this is the thing. Dorcas would answer respectfully, of course. None of them that are involved with him at all, because it's just weird. And he'd talk in a general sense the whole time.
The mushroom would always go back to asking about your personal experience.
Christ.
Dorcas, do you fuck?
Does
Do you
Dorcas
fuck?
fuck, John?
Dorcas, do
Does
you,
Dorcas
Very-
as they
fuck?
say, the bitch.
Very dismissive.
He seems very focused on the idea of like having a family, and he asks why you don't have any children. That would definitely be a part of the conversation.
School, you need to do me a favor. Stop probing into my personal life. I'm done answering questions.
Sounds like a family reunion.
Please stop.
I just want to
I
remind
feel
you.
I
uncomfortable.
answered all of your
Why don't you have
questions,
any children yet?
and I'm going to bed. Why did you have any kids yet? I don't need to take this from a fucking mushroom. Fucking fungi. Who the fuck are you even?
That's his culture, dude. He loves kids.
I'm only messing. I'm only messing.
The mushroom seems very happy, even as like you walk off. He seems like he learned a lot, and he's like having a good time now. And he's just gonna kind of like stand there, and you wake up, and he's still in that same spot.
Was it
I'll
asleep?
just remind you of this is all my fault. I just want to.
Yeah, it is.
Did
Good
anyone
morning,
explore...
everyone.
Morning. Question. Did anyone explore how deep the fucking water is, just in case?
Yes, I did. In fact.
I'll step in.
Please don't do
Dorcas didn't put his armor on yet
Lenny's still
either.
in their
so-
tent. They're just.
Thank you for laughing. That was my attempt at dark humor.
Yes, Crimson, let me throw you in a goddamn river as Kaito walks
Crimson.
with Dorcas.
It's a good time to take a bath anyway.
Dorcas,
Yo, what's up?
the mushroom is asking if Crimson is a woman.
Go ahead and ask him. I mean, you know what? Crimson, the mushroom wants to know if you're a woman.
Should I be flattered or insulted?
Beats
Both.
me. That's just what they said.
I
You fuck,
am
Crimson.
not a woman, as far as I know.
But can you fuck?
Is Kaido asking you this?
Yeah, I fucking...
He's asking
gonna-
if Kaito is a woman.
I'm gonna go check. Stop asking people sex questions, please. I appreciate that.
Also,
Where
Izzy
did
just
Izzy
fucking
go?
disconnected. I think her
Yeah, I
name
know.
just shat itself.
This is gone.
It's
Is he
okay.
fucking guys?
I'm going to.
I need Izzy here
Oh.
at the very least.
Oh, she's back.
Just
Is he fucking guys?
This mushroom.
Izzy, you
needs-
missed it.
I missed it because my computer crashed and I'm so
He asked
You
Crimson
didn't
and
miss
Kaito if
much.
they were. if
Yeah.
they were
It
women.
was just the mushroom asking people invasive questions.
I missed this.
What does he ask Bunny? Hold up.
He hasn't seen Bunny yet.
The Bunny's probably like just now exiting their tent.
Is Bunny a woman?
just like,
He's asking
man.
Dorcas right now. He's gonna ask Dorcas immediately.
I'm blowing this thing off. Dorcas is in his boxers right now, and he dives into the pool because he's looking to just see how fucking deep it is.
Man, guys,
I-
I had like
minutes
this
to put my armor on, so
weird
I'm not
dream
doing that.
about mushrooms.
Kaito doesn't
that-
need armor, so he dives in with Dorcas just in case. With his
They all
katana!
fucking, they all
I wanna go
fucking flee
fishing.
the mushroom.
How deep is the
Where
water?
did everyone go?
You just hear
What?
splash.
Into the water.
Splash.
What?
Hey, Bonnie.
What?
Hey,
The
They all
testing type.
as
We're
Kaito.
gonna check
Oh.
how deep it is.
yeah. I take out my katana. I want to go like sword fishing.
All right.
If there's any fish.
There are not, strangely enough.
Oh.
As you are
It's kind of sus.
diving deep down into the waters.
I just want to
within Dark
specify,
Lake.
if it's more than, let's say, 15 feet, I go back up and just say deep.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you that it's gonna be really hard to see because it's too big, but you probably go down 15 feet, still see more water. Still, like, there's like no sign of any floor.
I
So,
feel like
it's deep as
that's
fuck.
like the point of usefulness that we need to know. Like, it's more than 15 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, we can dive into it. There could be stuff under there.
Go back.
Yes.
Up. Is the water clean?
It's
No, it's not.
It's
It is
murky?
nothing but it is fucking gross mud water as you get to the bottom.
Ew.
The top layer is clean. The bottom layer is not.
okay.
I can drink the top layer.
Do we got gunk on us or no? Like I said, I only went 15 feet down. I don't know how deep the mud
Probably
is.
not. Like
Okay.
you're like looking at the gunk
Can't
at the
hear shit.
bottom. Like it's
Here, shit,
kind of
give me a second.
relatively heavy gunk. It's not like mud in like
Gotcha.
the sense that you'd believe mud would look. It's more like sludge mess.
I fill up my
Gotcha.
water skin with the clean water on the surface.
When
Okay.
after you do that, Dorcas is gonna take one of the bars of soap and then scrub up, and then go back over afterwards.
Oh yeah, we got soap.
Soap.
God, I hate technology so much.
Hey, what's
What
up?
do you mean, Bunny?
What's technology?
Why you have an iPad, Bunny?
Throw it
Do
in
you
your
have
head.
any games on your phone,
Where's
buddy?
your iPad?
Bunny,
Bunny,
do you know
where's your
Among Us?
iPad?
Bunny, Among
Bunny.
I'm
Among Us,
literally, I'm died.
Among Us, Bunny. Among
Do you
God.
have any games on your phone,
Fungus,
buddy?
Among Us, Bunny.
All right.
I think I'm okay now.
So you guys are going to attempt to create a boat and get across this lake, correct,
Yeah.
Mundo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Crimson, make me a construction with your carpentry tools.
I am assisting to the best of my abilities.
Oh, also
That
guidance.
will be advantage.
Is
Guidance
it
with,
That will be 1 plus
dexterity?
4.
Yeah.
Is it
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Whatever
It is
skill
your
you want.
tools.
Yeah.
It is
Can I
your
have it
tools,
be-
therefore you govern how
can
you
be-
use them.
It could be
Can I
dex.
have it be 100 then? Like 100 and...
What?
No. What
Oh.
attribute you use? is
What
up to you.
attribute you?
Like dex,
I'm
strength,
gonna-
what?
T100.
Yeah, let me use a D100 real fucking... No,
Is
what?
it
Dex?
proficient or expertise or jack of all trades?
You
Yep.
you have proficiency in it, I believe. So
Proficiency.
Is this
That's
his question is,
just
are you using your
attribute
dex?
plus attribute plus your
Proficiency mod, which is 3.
proficiency. You can use your highest one, and that's
Nice.
totally fine.
25 next.
25.
Woo!
Nice.
Wow.
With 25, you're easily able to chop down a tree, bring all of its contents over in a very sizable manner, squeeze it through that small little crack, and then begin constructing a makeshift raft.
It's the
I
top
have
of
Makeshift
the...
raft has an AC of 11, and it has 25 hit points, and can move at a speed of 30 while within the water. This will
I
be
I have
replacing everyone's speed.
proficiency with smith's tools as well. I don't know if that'll contribute
Yes.
towards like nails in the boat and stuff like that, but I just want to let you know. that
Would
we
you
have
like
that
to
as well.
further reinforce it with perhaps
Yeah, like
nails
I
or
want to make
makeshift
it as
titans or things
sturdy
like
as
that?
we could possibly make as of right now.
Oh yeah.
Because
a
if
lot of
Crimson
things.
falls, he dies. So
Make me a smith check. I will increase the boat's health and armor class accordingly. Currently, its armor class is 11 and its health is 23.
I assist
hey,
in
I'm playing
my,
the...
as my war vet because I see
I,
like a lot of... Oh my god, natural 20!
Hey, Dorcas,
Nice.
you turned that small makeshift raft into an actual boat.
Nice job.
Nicely done.
I'm
Hold on
playing
one
the
second.
perfect
There are
music
rules for
this.
this.
Bunny's kind of watching like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah.
man just like took that boat that you made and immediately turns it into like a fucking boat.
This is literally Dorcas and Crimson right now.
I'm
Look at
building a
it.
house in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
John, it's them.
let's go.
In a little boat and a room.
Boat time. Okay.
This is beautiful.
So a boat is equivalent to a kneel boat. A kneel boat is Not that
Wanna
one.
build a little boat together.
Equivalent of a
Yeah. We're singing along.
And I'm assuming this is like over the next like couple of hours, maybe even full day of like work that we done. I don't know.
Whether
All right.
Depending
So
on the
here's
checks.
what it's gonna be. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post this in chat. It is going to be a.
wait, do we need oars?
Because we've spent so much time building this boat, I suggest that we maybe follow the stream for as long as it goes. Crimson, if you are opposed to that idea, I totally understand it. We don't have to do it, but I think that this thing is sturdy and reinforced
does
well.
the stream go north?
I'm inclined to agree. I'm quite proud of it. Enough to the fact that I believe we should name this fine vessel.
What do you want to name it?
Name it?
I'm bad
Yes.
with names.
How about...
I've got an idea.
What's your idea?
Death Glider.
How about it?
I love it.
That's
Death
the-
Glider it is.
Death Glider!
Death glider. Oh, Kenny, is the top of the mushroom like still there? Because like we did cut down the fucking tree and
Yes.
We can eat it like a huge pizza.
yeah, can we just like eat it as we go, like as we roll?
That's
Alright,
our
so
day's
Death
rations.
Glider is going
Yeah.
to have
That's our day's rations right there.
creature capacity of
Just make sure it's not in
6.
front of the mushroom, please.
Crunch, crunch.
Hold it to the mushroom. You want to
creature
bite?
capacity of 6. Cargo capacity. Sorry, I have to type all this down. Don't
You're
type in
okay.
chat.
You're good.
0.5.
Types in chat.
I doubt-
Fortnite chance.
Although unlikely, if we find another merchant, maybe we could sell the boat to them later on for a handsome price
We
once
could.
we got its usefulness out of it.
That's true.
Or we could try to tuck it away into like a kind of like corridor, so if we ever go
For
this way
goodness sake.
again, we could just fetch the
Out of
boat.
here.
Indeed, it shall be our war vessel.
Just
That's
need a
pounds per
flag.
day.
Actually, I do have a flag with me,
bless
big guy's
you.
flag, but it's from my
You're welcome.
enemy.
From your enemy.
Yeah,
Why would we
AC.
brandish your enemy's flag?
exactly. But we could draw over it.
12 hit points.
I'm in agony.
Are you okay?
Okay, but
100. No. 50
People keep on interrupting me.
damage.
I got you. I made a joke the other day where people come to my room.
Technology itself.
I made a joke the other day where people come to my room and like ask do like the most simple shit. I'm like, that made me angrier than it should have made me.
Yeah.
hey, do you know the Wi-Fi
Me
password?
It, my brother will come in and be like, "Love you, good night," and I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up."
my granddad just came in and asked what I wanted for breakfast. I'm like, I don't know anything. And it's finally like kept on going like
It's fucking
anything.
midnight. I don't know what do you want for
Granddad, it's
breakfast.
late at night.
And it's so sweet because he's just like, "I want to make you breakfast in the morning," and you're like, "I don't
Yeah.
know," and that made me mad.
It's,
Yeah.
I get that.
it's the conundrum, like the duality of manners.
My granddad's cool.
But,
my
I'm
cool
just
is
tired.
Are you guys using oars for movement?
I'm assuming yes.
Yes.
oh,
Paddle,
wait,
There's
paddle.
no like a breeze down here.
wait,
We
no,
kind
I
of be
got an
forced to use
idea.
oars.
We're gonna have Mev use
I
wind.
call helm.
I need basic movement for the boat itself. Sorry.
No, you're good. Take her
Can we
down.
do both?
Whatever you need to do.
Because Mev can do gust of wind.
Oh yeah, we can get. I guess we could get sails.
I think
but
we-
Gust
I
of
mean,
wind is
like-
temporary.
I think the oars will be. I think the oars will be a more effective way to travel underground, at least, just because there's no consistent wind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, what? I don't know where the fucking river is flowing. So yeah.
Also,
As
I
long
call
as it-
helm. I'm the captain.
Well,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Just
because
don't
you
fall
know.
off, Captain.
Yes, please, for the love of God, don't fall off. Also, Crimson, I don't think you will be the man who's oaring because, you know.
Well, duh. Yeah, like, Danny will literally like start trying to pick up the oar and bonk kite with it.
Ow!
Is
That
would you like a
tickles.
shorter one? No offense, of course, but seems a bit
I'm
long for
taken. Like
I mean, Bunny
either
can
that
use.
or I'm probably not suited for rowing either.
Bunny, you have your
I-
mace.
I'm sure we have a toothpick here somewhere.
Toothpick.
Okay, now you're really.
That
now
wasn't
you're
nice.
really.
I'm sorry, I tried to
I-
make a joke.
I am now
Well,
done.
like they just kind of shake their head, but are smiling.
I have created you guys a character sheet for your boat. I have its attributes in mind. It is equivalent of a Neil boat. However, there are some additions and also some things it's not nearly as good at. Number one, its health is shit. Number two, it has no sails, so it only can move by oars, meaning it pretty much goes in a straight line. I mean, it's gonna fit. It's gonna do its job. You guys have nothing to really make sails out of unless you wanted to make like a
I have
paper
a-
sail.
I do
out
have.
of-
I mean, like, we could turn it if we.
I do have a sail
I've got a
actually.
You
question.
can turn it with oars. It's just slower and will be
I've got a
immobilized without
question,
any oars.
DM.
I understand. I'm explaining how boats work.
We know how
Play
boats
my
work.
ass. Bless you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Love you.
How are you?
Hungry?
What would you like me to? What would you like from me, small
Food.
child?
I would like to ask, just since it's got a character sheet, does it get character development?
Does it have levels?
We split XP with it.
So here's the thing. It does have a character sheet, but you know what's really funny about it? The only reason it has a character sheet is because random encounters can happen in the boat.
Oh god.
No way.
Hey, do you
So
know what?
this
Do you know what I
is-
rolled before this?
Mushroom
Ha, ha,
bullets?
ha.
Ah!
This is what I'm scared about. I'd like to
Mushroom
have an
powder?
emergency plan because if Crimson were to fall in the water, what is our option here?
Bear.
Bear. I
Bear.
think that Dad can turn into a water creature now. I'm not 100.
A giant fish, perhaps?
Squid.
A creature with a swim speed now, I'd like to believe.
Hmm.
And since
I'm your dad. I think that's correct.
and because he's a Circle of the Moon druid, he can turn into a very larger creature as well. So I think that he'd be able to, like, worst case scenario, scoop you up and you'd be okay.
Octopus.
Well,
As
that
long
is...
as you can survive in there for at least a second.
Yes, I do have a trick up my sleeve in order to help my resistance against water, but it'll only get me so far. Though,
Wait,
for a second, yes, most likely.
Can a koala carry you by any chance? I don't know how strong it is.
No shot.
Well, she's
No.
3 days old, so probably not.
Ah, right.
Mm.
Maybe. Yeah. Well,
She or he, I apologize. Aquela's a he, correct?
they.
Yes, you're fine.
I am a man.
You are a very strong man. Pat, pat.
Oh wait, how's Noodle? Noodle.
Recognize my power.
Where's Noodle? We haven't seen him in a while.
Noodle.
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 No.
That gives me such great joy. I don't know why.
That's it.
Stool, I need to
Exactly.
know, you hopping on the boat with us or you want to stay in the forest? Make your own way.
Stool's down. He doesn't really know. He's never really seen a boat, but he's totally down for it.
Well, hop on.
He gets on it.
Taking the Among Us character.
Okay. So
And
boats
I'd like
have
to-
some unique mechanics.
We shall off you.
Yeah.
So they do have a character sheet. They do have a movement speed and a travel pace. Your current boat can go 60 feet while in combat. Not that that's really going to matter too much. 'Cause, it's going to be like a thing. But yeah. And now I'm going to roll a random encounter.
Row your boat.
I am
down.
looking up the
Gently
rules
down.
for underwater combat right now because now I'm scared.
I do
Merrily,
have some good
merrily.
news though. You guys don't see anything. An hour passes, and your boat reaches the end of this long lake. And now the death glider, his journey is now at an end. There's no more
That's
lake.
it,
Now
that's
it's
it.
road.
That's it. That's it.
There's
There's
no more
a-
lake. It's just
Yeah.
done.
Yep,
Okay.
it was a mile long. You guys
just a mile.
constructed a pretty dope fucking raft. You
Okay.
guys sailed across in fucking
Does
style.
it look like
and now
there's
you're here?
any spots we could hide the boat so we can see it again if we come back?
Yeah, roll me a survival combined with the stealth check.
Okay,
So
nice.
with advantage.
I'm gonna pat the side of the boat. You did good,
So-
Death Rider.
I have an 8 in stealth, or a +8 in stealth, and a +6 in survival. What you got, Dorcas?
I have a +5 in survival. So, I mean, like, because it's only one less in survival, I could do the survival check and you do the stealth check if that's cool with you.
I mean,
High five.
There
What
is
you got?
Bunny
Not
who has
to-
some
not
not to raise his hand.
What's your stealth looking like?
It's a 9.
Woof.
Do it.
So
I
I
can
got a
take
number over here.
I can take the stealth, and you could take the survival check then, Crimson.
Yes. So Bunny stealth, me survival, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Both with advantage, please.
Yes.
Because nobody wants this
Whee!
to happen.
Wahee!
12.
12.
You're able to find a
Whee!
decent enough hiding
Yoo-hoo!
spot. Let's see if Bunny can't capitalize on it.
Oh
I'm
hell yeah!
capitalizing on these
Oh
nuts.
hell yeah!
Okay.
They
What
can.
the?
Okay.
What?
Bunny capitalizes with it. So how this works is that whoever wants to find this boat will have to make a DC 24 perception check.
It just
Nice.
melted into the wall like mud. Like
You did. I imagine you guys probably found like a nifty little corridor like built into like the cave wall and just kind of like put it in there and then covered it up with like a whole bunch of like different debris and detritus that you were able to scavenge from the lake itself. Hiding it within there was quite nice. And it's kind of like
leave out
stationary floating
moistures and all
inside.
that. Because
For
It's kind of
goodness
nestled in there
sake.
now.
It's like,
You may retrieve Death Glider at some point. Perhaps you'll see it again. Who knows?
I salute the Death Glider.
Wait a
It
second. I
salutes you.
wanted to
It
be.
throws a big hand and
No.
salutes you back.
Did Chris? Did Chris's character get to see all the trees and stuff like that? Like, did we show him?
Yes.
I mean,
Because I think that druids get tree stride later on, so that might be useful.
ooh
Yes,
yeah.
I will allow that
Mushroom
to be a
shot.
thing. Also, if you're wondering if those count for tree stride, yes, they do because they
Okay,
count
that's-
as underdark trees.
Okay, that's all I was wondering.
Mushroom trees.
Yep.
Woo!
They are
Now you have,
mushroom.
like-
They are categorized in the book as being a type of tree. So,
Hype.
yes,
There's a lot of
Weird
species
tree.
in trees.
And we continue onward, I'm assuming.
yes. Along you go.
At the very least, we did keep a far distance from them because they had to travel a fucking mile between the goddamn
Yeah.
river. So
Yeah. They'll have to
I don't know
construct a
anyone
boat.
who can swim that far on without break, so.
and who knows what's underneath that goddamn water?
I think we might have been fairly lucky if there was anything there.
I mean, if we met
Maybe.
octopus, that'll be dope.
Mm.
The
Fire
Kuotoa
an arrow
is just
deep
kind of
within
like,
it and find out.
hey Kaito, that Kuotoa has not stopped staring at you.
It's still freaking
Just letting
me
you know.
out. I know.
He's still just fucking staring at you.
It likes
Uh,
you.
Not in a
trying
good
to
way.
think.
Not
I mean,
in a
I'll
good
blip
way.
off my detect magic on that piece of paper that he drew that Kaito has, because I'm assuming Kaito still has
It's
it.
yeah, I have it, but it's folded. Like I'm not letting anyone to fucking see
You
it.
do detect magic.
What kind?
It is rather strange. It has no specific school.
Gotcha.
This would be
So-
like equivalent to you just saw a magic item and he just created it by drawing on it. So
Gotcha.
Hey,
you get the kind of feel that whatever he draws, like some type of he drew some type of religious symbol, is what you
Gotcha.
can definitely
And
tell.
you know from
Uh,
from Kaito's like Kaito was like really freaked out when he saw something.
He mentioned that it looked like a two-headed baboon wrapped in tentacles.
So Kaito, that drawing he gave you is magical,
Hmm
and he made it out of just regular ink and paper. So
That's mildly terrifying.
I
At
don't
least
want to
a
get
little
rid of it
unsettling.
because I don't want to get rid of it because he keeps staring at me.
It's somewhat reminiscent of your runes, except it's made through far less impressive methods.
yeah, in a way, he was staring at you before he did the drawing though, Kaito. So I'd like to believe it goes deeper than just the drawing.
Yeah, and I don't trust it.
A two-headed baboon wrapped in tentacles, yes?
Mm-hmm. You know
Okay.
anything about that, Crimson?
Perhaps it's a kind of monster we're meant to avoid. I am remembered of those goblins talking of a creature that. Do you remember it? They
Yeah.
spoke of a creature that even they would dare not to describe for fear of its magical effects going through somehow. Maybe this is the variant of it or something.
Now that you
If even
mention
drawing
it,
it.
now that you mention it, I think it kind of not really affected me, but I swear I just saw it moved.
Mhm.
I believe we should keep an eye out in case we see or hear anything such as this and promptly avoid it.
The
Consider
question
it-
is, what the
consider it
fuck
a
am I
warning.
supposed to do with the goddamn paper?
Just
I don't know. Eat it.
I'd be content
No.
if you tore it up now that we understand what it is.
Not in front of it. Not in front of the
maybe-
fucking Kuotoa.
The fish.
I mean, there is a bunch of water. Maybe let it dissolve.
Just put it in the water.
I did swam.
Yeah, it's probably kind of soggy now.
Will you
How
ever take
did
a look
you-
at the paper?
No.
I'm not no, fuck that.
I mean, are you
Magic.
gonna look at its condition?
Yeah, actually, can I
Mm,
like reach in my pocket? Is it wet and soggy?
It is pristine.
Oh, that's weird.
Magical items have a tendency to resist kind of like water and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, maybe.
And because now it
Absolutely.
radiates like a magical aura.
Now that I know this, can I try to like tug it, just like not to rip it, but to see how strong it is?
You feel so. This is like where the weird thing comes in. You like feel like you could rip it, but like not like a normal piece of paper.
Oh no!
Like there's an amount of resistance to it. Like you like trying to just like rip and like throw it aside like it's nothing, but it's definitely not. Like it feels almost malleable as you're like trying to break it apart.
Well, I can't rip it. It goes
I
that.
wonder if it's cursed.
Oh fucking hell!
I think that until we find a way to communicate with them, I don't think it's worth investigating any further.
Yep.
We just kind of
Just
need
for
to
the time being.
for the time
Yeah.
being.
I
We can either try to, because writing to them is impossible because they're going to draw cryptic messages that apparently want to kill us. And so we need to learn the language, or we need to find someone who does.
and for this I
Yeah.
want to. I'm just gonna pet the Kuotoa head, like on the head. That's it.
Pat, pat.
Pat.
So you like petting him and you expect it to be like an emotional response. There's not. He's just staring at you, like just like before. Like he doesn't seem like happy that you're petting him. He's allowing you to do it, but he's like still kind of focused on you. If you want to make an insight check on him, you can.
Sure, fucking. I'm really weirded out. Guy tells themselves like,
It seems like he wants something from you. He's looking at you very expectantly.
What you want, fish?
I give him a bar of soap.
Why?
He takes it and he is going to rub his body with it.
I don't know. Keep him busy.
That's smart. Let's keep going because whatever it is that he wants is probably not the move. He might want more paper, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'd
he
rather
did.
not.
Yeah.
One final thing I'm curious before we move on from this area. You mentioned, what did you say the bottom of the lake looked like again?
Oh,
Oh, it was like
murky
a bunch of
and
mud, and it was like murky.
Unlike the bottom of a normal lake, perhaps?
No, I mean like
thought
normal lakes are like that
normally
too.
murky.
Yeah.
I'm just merely wondering aloud. The place we're looking to find is the Dark Lake, yes? And you mentioned that the bottom was a little bit strange. It's something to keep in mind as we go along looking for this different body of water.
That's
Actually,
a very good
just
point.
to clarify, your map lists this entire region as Dark Lake. Well,
I
upon
see.
like common misconception, Dark Lake is not just one body of water. Dark
It's
Lake is a
multiple.
region of larger bodies of water.
Oh, this is not
I
Crimson's 40.
see.
This is not Crimson's area at all.
Do you think it
No.
might be smart to take the boat with us then, with that new information?
I mean,
I would assume so. We may not
It's
get
a
so lucky
raft.
next time.
How would we'd have to like hoist it up on stilts and then kind of carry it as 6?
This
could
would slow
size it
your
down.
travel speed.
Yeah.
but
I think we
we-
have to.
but we are not being chased.
What if we merely dismantle it in Well, that may damage the durability overall, but something
think
to keep
that-
in mind in the future is if we can dismantle it in sects or
Hey,
pieces
how long?
next time.
How long does enlarge and
I
reduce
mean-
last?
Knowing, because this is new information, knowing
Oh.
that the Dark Lake is like a expansive multiple lakes, I'm
Yeah.
assuming that building these we would have put like kind of like not like handles, but like places where we could carry it, like studs throughout like the sides of it. You know what I mean? So like we can
Yeah.
kind of like hoist them on the
I'm
side.
perfectly willing. I'm perfectly willing to allow it to be a feature of that boat.
Plus, it's
it does
mushrooms,
have
you know?
that. It does have that light property to it. which I am
Like-
perfectly willing to allow it to be a lighter kind of raft, easier to carry. However, I
There's-
will say that this does slow down your travel. Even while traveling at a fast pace, it is only going to be equivalent to normal
That's fine.
travel.
I'm
fine.
perfectly fine with that.
We've made quite some distance, especially over an obstacle. I think this is good.
I also want to go over how many days away you guys are away from your location. Give me just one moment, because I am going to tell you how
Sorry to
far.
backtrack and clarify, Kenny. That's something. Yeah.
You are 6 days away from Shildapaloop.
Shadab-
6 days. 6 days.
shadab-
You guys are very close to your location.
shadab-
Me and my dad both have powerful build. We're pretty strong, so we can hoist up wherever. We could be like on opposite ends, and then everybody else can try to like support the
Middle.
Ooh,
the rest in the middle if possible.
Except
Kaito,
for
you're
Bunny.
very strong.
I would say the difficulty doesn't come from the weight so much as it does come from the natural.
Yeah, I'm not saying the difficulty.
burden
I'm
of
just like
carrying.
logically distributing people who are carrying it is all.
Just-
I'm not-
Bunny's
Yeah,
holding on to
kinda.
some handles, and then like as we lift it up, they're lifted up into the
the
air.
legs are dangling, like.
I have
Bunny,
a
honestly, you
distinct
could probably just
feeling
get in the boat.
I cannot help with this.
It's okay. You could probably just get in the boat if you felt like it. And
If
didn't
you
want
want
to
to,
walk.
Yes.
would you
Maybe
like to
at
get
some
in a,
point.
would you like to
Yeah.
get
Do
in
you
a
want to
boat?
climb? Do you want to climb on the
Fair.
helm and do you want to climb on the helm and act like the captain?
Honestly, that's really
Noodle's
tempting.
already at the helm with the little captain's hat on his head. Little pirate hat. He looks at Bunny. He's like, "I am captain of the ship."
It seems that the ship's already got a captain.
Don't I mean you could be what's the ship term? Vice captain? No. Second captain? No. What is it? I
First
don't know.
mate.
Third captain.
First mate. Yes.
No, third captain. She is third captain.
Third mate.
He keeps on insisting I'm third captain.
You're third captain then.
I feel kind of. I don't know.
Just get on the goddamn boat.
That'd be
Yeah,
fourth
I'm-
captain.
There is no. There is no second. Huh?
I am the second captain.
No.
Yes.
Dorcas is second captain.
I am
Second captain. I thought I was fourth captain.
No, that's Kaito.
Also, you.
I cannot understand
like-
Elvish.
Bunny kind of like dangles a little bit above it.
I
Like,
respect that. Yeah, I respect that.
I cannot understand it. What is it saying?
He's just screaming. You just hear your name, like it's like one of the
Kaito.
one few words that you kind of.
What does it say? What is it my name?
Oh my god.
I don't see
He's
Elvish.
saying that you're a very wonderful and respected person. I
Totally.
say this as someone who knows Elvish.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
Crimson is designated campfire.
Excuse me.
Speaking of campfire, hey, like once we're in the less dangerous place, you still owe me a piggyback ride.
Oh, God damn.
We can do it right now. We can
They
do
just
it.
laugh and like go back into the boat. Really crack a little bit.
This Crimson
And
is
so-
like, I was hoping she'd forgotten. Damn it.
Look, a piggyback ride is a piggyback ride.
And so our adventure continues. And I'm
Double
going to roll
pace.
dice once more.
That's
In
right.
Roll
a
these
normal
nuts.
pace. Whee!
At one point, just because Dorcas is doing pretty solid, I'd like to believe he goes off of the left side handle and just gets directly underneath the like head of the boat and is like carrying it above his head.
Oh, like
Just
Kind of like
carrying it with
military
his-
style, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys march this way for quite some time, for about like a full day's worth of travel.
my feet hurt.
And then you guys stumble into
Our
deeper
nuts.
caverns. Luckily, there's nothing here to impede you. Just a longer stretch of land, just more tunnel to make your way through.
Water.
And that's when that day ends, and you guys are able to rest up for the next day. I imagine instead of putting down camp like you've been, you just rest inside the boat.
It's pretty smart.
I mean,
you know?
it depends. Like a fire might be necessary depending if we're wet still,
Depends, yeah.
like if we're cold.
I mean, gestures towards Crimson.
Designated campfire. On my toes.
Crimson sighs, casting produce flame.
Fortunately enough, because we built this boat, we also made the seats retractable, as we just make them fall down.
Oh, it has a cup holder. Nice.
Yeah.
I got cooler. I'm gonna cry.
Deathlighter has luxury seats.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know how back seats are like a van, like go down so you have storage. It's kind of like that.
Noted.
It's an RV van. It has magnetic.
Dude, in the back is just a whole bunch of chairs instead of ballistas.
It's like I don't know. I feel like it has like even has like a little makeshift radio that just plays mushroom tunes. You know,
Mushroom
Dude, its
dance.
name is Deathlighter,
Mushroom
but it's
dance.
very fancy.
I'd love to get in the boat and snuggle with the 7 of us, but I'm afeared that I'd take up too much space.
That
So I'm
or
going
sense.
Crimson's
Come on
gonna.
here.
That or Crimson's gonna burn the shit out of the goddamn boat.
hey, I'm not that careless with my flame.
Yeah. He was already in the boat and didn't set it on fire.
He
so
is a
why-
very careful campfire.
What is it? Why
But
is
he
it
kinda
called your
cackles.
name and something?
I'm going to
I don't know.
punch.
Why are you
You
punching the
better not
cat?
punch that thing. Like, Bunny kind of has the same protectiveness over the cat as he does the dragon.
So here's the thing. Stool's like avoiding Crimson and trying to like lurk in dark spaces. So he's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like always
he's
he's
just
just always in shadow.
Because it's a mushroom. It likes shadows.
Yeah.
That's our rogue.
That's a rogue.
Stool's a rogue.
Oh no!
Mushroom is a rogue.
Sneak attack.
Can we just like duct tape like a dagger?
Cortella, meanwhile, do you guys have like a designated space that you want him to be in since you're distrusting of him, or are you allowing him to walk freely? Because you're allowing him to walk freely, I know exactly where you're there.
Kaito is like a good like
be very-
I want him a good distance, but not too.
Because my dad's passive perception is literally like a fucking like 38 or some shit, stupid shit like that.
It's
I'm assuming that
fucking
he's
it's
keeping.
so insane.
I'm assuming we would have told him to keep a very passive eye on that guy.
Is that
You know what I
Among
mean?
Us?
He's not made any movements against you guys. He's just been kind of very like
Among
lingering.
Us
Oh my
theme
God.
song.
He's our rogue. It's his theme.
I'm gonna cry. Sob. Among Us.
I actually have not had this up enough to be able to hear it.
No.
Oh, that was a
There we
day.
go.
I'm glad we got our boat.
I'm
It's a
not
nice
proud
one.
of it.
Well, if you guys are ever sick of carrying the boat, just let me know. And I think that me and my dad could probably get away with carrying it.
Nothing
Yes,
funny.
yes, we know. You love to show off your rather large muscles.
No,
Powerful
it's not
boy.
that. I'm trying to like. I'm sorry.
No,
I
he's
think
clearly
he's joking.
joking. He's like,
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I
Well-
didn't pick up on that.
Well, the question is, Crimson, are you gonna give them Bunny a piggyback ride?
I said
Not
as soon
you
as
two,
we had
come on.
his territory.
Ah,
1, 2, 3,
Right.
I would not want to put him at risk either.
Oops.
Well, eventually, I'm sure I'll give it to you.
You better.
Or what?
I don't know. I'll eat your kneecaps. Who knows?
she will.
Excuse
Break you.
I'm a little bit dry after all. Ooh.
Ooh, a little drow girl.
Ooh.
The little grape gonna
scary.
gonna fucking bite your ankles.
I'm still not a girl.
Blueberry.
Blueberry. Grape?
Like, why are
Grape.
you guys so insistent on calling me a blueberry?
Grape.
It's like a nickname. It sticks.
What, you want to be called a raisin?
It's because you're sweet.
No, I'm not quite as old and shriveled as you, Kaido.
Oh, really? How old are you then?
Well, as a matter of fact, you really want me to say?
Sure.
Yes.
Enlighten me.
Wait, before
No,
let's put in our
man.
hold on. Before you do, let's put in our guesses.
Still
I
say
ask
24.
if you're a woman.
I say
ask for a
24
woman.
years.
I'll say, I don't know, 30.
I don't want to be disrespectful and guess someone's age.
I mean, you can go on. I don't really mind.
Okay.
30 to me anyway.
I think 20.
20 what?
25.
Oh,
21.
Can I guess? Can
Yes,
I guess?
you can guess.
I am 12.
what does it say?
It said 12.
But I
Oh,
don't know whether to be flattered or insulted.
Who's
I'm
building a boat?
86.
You're 86.
86?
Yes, I'm kind of a gnome.
Oh right.
You don't look a day over 20. Congratulations.
Ugh.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, that's a good thing.
Is that
I
like
think.
I guess.
like young adult in gnome or what?
Yes. Technically very young adult.
So we're
No.
talking about like 19, 20,
Wow.
I don't really know how to approximate it.
tween?
No!
No.
No.
I think that my dad is 400, 500.
Wow.
That's quite the age.
I am old and I am your father.
Somewhere around there. Dorcas is gonna think, and then I feel like he'd be able to tell his dad's exact day if you have that on his character sheet that I could see really quickly, Kenny.
I fucking do.
Thank
He's
you.
402.
See these nuts.
He's 402. He turned that old last summer.
Well, I'm 61.
Wait, is Bunny
I'm still
older than
gonna
you,
call you
Kaito?
old man.
Technically, yeah.
Still
That's
gonna call you
hilarious.
old man.
I feel a
Fuck
little
off.
bit humbled, if anything. I'm only 27.
Oh, I'm 30.
You're the youngest in the group.
Don't tell me I'm the youngest one here.
You are.
Yeah.
Stool's going
I
to like
mean,
wiggle around.
you are now.
He is going to actually tell you, John, that he is the youngest among all of you. He
Oh.
thought he was very old, but it sounds like he is very young.
Oh wait, I lied. I'm not 30. I'm 152. My bad.
You
Excuse
what?
me.
How
What?
did you get that
Oh, my bad.
confused?
No, this is John getting it confused, not Dorcas. I'm
Oh.
152.
Yeah. I'm just kind of. I don't know. I find that funny.
I feel like in character Dorcas just punked us, you know? It's like
Gotcha.
We got owned.
My people live to be 500, so it's I still got some time.
My people live.
I'm going to die very soon.
Hey, that's
Oh my god.
that's no way to treat.
Hey,
You're
Dorcas
in your
says
twilight years.
Dorcas said up to 500. You'll be fine
Ah.
if you stop smoking.
You're a druid. You're fine, Dad.
He smokes his pipe.
Nothing to be thinking about.
He's ripping a
He's a-
vape.
He's having an
Another
early
fucking
life
dimension.
crisis.
he's in another dimension right now.
Also, who's building another boat?
What happened?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys sleep?
Good night.
I guess.
Everyone
I look at
sleeps.
the mushroom. Keep watch, or else sleeps.
Or
sorry,
else.
Wait, no,
Are you
no.
threatening the mushroom?
I'm gonna draw the line here. Yeah, he's already scared of you, or they're
Oh,
already
really?
scared of you. Yeah, you
didn't
have
know
been threatening them the entire time. It seems with
I was
either
joking.
eating them.
Not
I don't
them,
think-
the other mushroom that I ate. The tree
Yeah.
one.
That's still a really
That's-
uncomfortable thing to say, Kyle.
That's what I'm saying. And considering they don't really speak our language, it's probably not smart to be sarcastic because you need a base understanding of the language to understand sarcasm.
Does it understand our language?
Through basic communication, John, yes, he does understand common. He understands
through-
you perfectly, actually. He can actually hear Kaito and fully understands all of the words he's saying.
Well, then I'll
Makes sense.
rephrase. He hasn't been very solid with sarcasm up until this point, and I feel like your sentences are peppered with them. So let's try to be a little bit more honest with them.
all
That's
right.
all.
Sorry. Waves at the mushroom.
I'm sorry to kind of buckle down. I just want you to mend the relationship with Stool. He
Hey,
seems scared of you, and you're
Oh.
nothing to be scared of. You're a cool guy.
Look, I don't know what it. I can't talk to.
The mushroom undulates improvingly and says that he accepts your apology.
You see, he accepts your apology. They like you.
That's good.
That's good.
Nice.
He asks you not to eat fungus anymore unless you really have to. If you have to, he understands, but he'd like you not to.
They asked if we can't eat fungus anymore. That's it.
Fine. I'll eat all my rations until we find a substance.
We also have access to good berry. which is very valuable. So
He
we'll
at
make
least
through
just
our
doesn't want to
ration.
see you eat mushroom. That's the only thing that like really bothers him. Like he just
Yeah.
really doesn't want to see you consume anything that looks like him.
That's
I
And
fine.
then
mean, like-
Kaito reflects back to the rock, the rock, the rocktopus. I don't think we should.
Okay. The Rockus is macking on some mushrooms, but you're right. He was feasting on them motherfuckers. We got his natural enemy.
Yeah. Kaito looks back at the
Natural
rocktopus.
enemy.
I don't think we should go back to the rocktopus
Traitors.
anytime soon.
Fucking
Rockus will just eat him whole.
Yep.
You guys are fucking traitors to the Rocktopus ways.
The
I'm
octopus is
glad
gonna
you
grow to
finally
30 feet
realized it.
tall and be like, "How dare you mortals covet mushrooms?"
Alright. Can I have a favor from 2 people in the party?
Yeah.
Alright, I would like everyone I would like everyone to roll me a D4, please.
Okay.
boy!
Oh boy,
Actually,
a
That's
D4.
how I'd rather do this. Please roll me a D4.
Why is there so many threes?
Including the dragon?
Wait,
What the
Crimson?
fuck?
Okay. Alright, guys, hold on. Alright,
Bunch
so
of
the 3, I had rolled a random number. I did make it public by accident.
Mhm.
But if you rolled a 3, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
No
Everyone,
shot.
please roll me a 3. Please,
shot.
everyone, roll me a 3.
Okay.
Please, everyone,
insane.
roll me a 3.
That's insane.
It's public. It's public. Look.
No, that's hilarious. Is all I'm saying, Kenny. I'm not
That
like
is-
that
arguing
is
with you. I
orange
just think it's so
juice, you know?
funny.
Fuck,
I
Okay,
got
we're doing
advantage. I got advantage
Do it.
because
Go
of
ahead.
this little thing.
No,
No,
not
gnome
for
coming.
this.
Not for this.
Wait,
Not
you
for
said that
this.
if it's the Kuatoa thing, it means it's magic. You said so.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Not
it
for
is
this.
magic.
This is
He
different.
said not for this.
This is
Ah,
different.
whatever.
This
You
one.
got this. You only need the one check, Bunny. You only need the one. You got this.
This is a different
I'm
check.
really unnerved.
Oh
No!
You
Ah,
cursed
okay,
it.
cool.
You jinxed it.
Fuck! I had to say something, right?
Okay, cool.
Fuck.
You jinxed
So
it.
the reason why I'm not having you do a check for this is because it's a natural phenomenon. It is not magical.
I am
It's something that
appalled
is
that we
it
had
is
a
something that is
25% chance to hit it, and each of us hit it. Like,
yes.
what are the
Yeah.
odds?
Okay. So one of you got an
Natural
18.
phenomenon.
One of you had a 23. One of you got an 18. Another one got a natural fail. So we have 2 different sides to this. Now what this will be is occurring in your dreams. This is
Oh,
the type
good.
of dream you're having. Aquila has a very nice dream. An
I
incredibly
meant to
nice
do that
one.
as Crimson.
But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Crimson. So Crimson, you dream of something nice. You dream of you dream of meeting your father once again. You dream of meeting Vol.
Aw.
It is peaceful, and you feel like a sense of safety with him, and you're able to experience that moment within your dreams. Kaito,
Hey.
you have a lot of hope for the future. And while you don't dream about dream about like saving your daughter and being with her, you do dream about like the journey ahead and like how fruitful like it'll be. Same thing for you, Dorcas. Same thing for you.
Mm.
Both of you guys have a lot of hope for the journey ahead. Hey, Bonnie.
Oh,
Hi.
Bunny.
So your dreams are the fucking worst tonight.
you have a fucking
Um,
nightmare.
Something like reaches out to you while you're dreaming. You kind of find yourself thinking that you're talking to like another being.
Hmm.
You can actually talk to him. I'm waiting for you
Oh,
to
I
start. I
can?
want you to start
Yeah.
the conversation.
Okay.
You feel like you are talking to another
Why
being.
would they start the conversation if they're in a nightmare, though?
Where?
I mean,
where?
there's a loophole where if you never start the conversation, they can never
That's very
speak back
true.
to you.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they wouldn't know what's going on.
Very fair.
So I think they probably will. Even if it's gonna fuck them over.
A loophole.
Get out of the
You just feel like there's someone else with you who wants to talk. I don't know if that would make you inclined to start the conversation. If it doesn't, you don't have to talk, and I'll talk instead. It's either one.
Who's there?
You're close. You're close. You're close.
Close?
You're close.
I still Among Us. God damn it.
Among Us.
Oh my god.
You're close to Among Us.
I
So
You're
just to
getting
clarify,
closer.
they're like,
Now that I've talked about Among Us,
I was gonna say,
you're getting
Closer?
closer
what?
to your destination. You're getting closer.
What about my destination?
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
What am I going to see? Be clear with me, please.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You're close. And as it's like talking to you, kind of feel it like getting real excited, and then you see like these visions kind of flash by you of like that two-headed baboon creature.
No. Can't be that close. Can it?
It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. You're getting closer.
Fuck you! Who do you think you're speaking to?
You kind of like think about like who this person might be, and then like you wait. Then you wake up, and the first face that kind of greets you is the Kuoto. He's looking at you. He's the first thing that wakes you up. He's just like looking at you, looking at you dead in the face.
Is it you?
His tongue cut off, so he can't talk.
Fuck.
He's still looking at you expectantly, though. He wants more paper.
Like I literally just stare at him.
are we awake right now, or is it just Bunny?
I imagine she was stirred first, and the rest of you
They were
probably
stirred
wake up. Does Bunny like yell when you wake up? Like what
No.
the fuck? Who are you?
No,
What
probably
are you doing
not.
here? Why are you staring at me in my fucking sleep?
I think they're used to waking up to really weird shit. Like they're still terrified, like no doubt about that, but they kind of
Not a
like learn to
Tuesday.
keep quiet when that kind of stuff happens.
Not a Tuesday.
Like as I mentioned before, at some point they were homeless. They've woken up to like really weird shit before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, waking up to a weird like fish creature staring at you in your sleep after having a weird nightmare.
Yeah.
Morning. Ugh.
The rest you can just stir whenever you want. He's still gonna be staring at Bunny though, regardless,
Oh.
expecting paper.
What the fuck's is staring at you this time?
I think it wants more paper.
No, don't.
I know. I know.
Thank you.
God. Like
Okay.
they just like exhale like a really deep breath. And, like close their eyes.
You slept wrong.
I think that paper, or at least the idea of it, really got to my head. So I had this dream that somebody was speaking to me about, how we were close to our destination, and that it's here, it's here, it's here. And that thing that you described, it flashed.
Well, dreams are often omens.
But it kind of startles. It's like they didn't know that Dorcas is awake.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like rising. We're within 5 feet
Yeah.
of each other. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm outside the boat. I'm over here.
He like just rises up his
He
big
raises
fucking
his
head.
hand, and his hand is like off on the side, like on the ground in his bedroll. He's like, "Hi."
Hi.
Ugh.
Kuoto is just still staring
Hi.
at Bunny, just like staring.
Bunny, give up.
Do any of you have more soap by any chance?
You have. I tossed it in a soap.
You dropped the soap. You fucked up. Bend over.
Kenny, I tossed it. My last soap.
Roll
You
the
give him
cash.
soap.
Yeah, I gave him
I
soap.
do have a question.
Hmm?
I do have a question about the soap bar.
It's just
Is
soap.
it grainy? Is it grainy in texture, kind of like a normal soap bar?
Yeah, I think so.
You're the shopkeeper, man. You tell us about the soap bar.
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
fucking
soap.
know what kind of soap Kaito keeps.
I don't got
You
any.
tell me
I
it's
got it
green.
from
I don't think-
fucking Crimson,
Pretty
dude.
good.
You tell us. Is the
Dude,
graininess
he would
of our
try
soap
to try to
important
draw
here?
with that shit at this point, but he definitely is not going to be able to.
Oh,
He's trying to draw with it. That's why.
I'd imagine it's like a bar of Irish Spring, something like that.
Yeah,
Irish
it's,
Spring.
it's
I see.
definitely not going to be like, you know, easy for him to draw with, but he's going to try.
He's got to stop.
He's going to stop. You going to stop him from trying to draw with the soap? Because
Yeah.
he's trying.
Like, dude, give it.
I
Please. Okay, give me
It's
that.
kinda-
And I'm just gonna reach out and take it off.
He's taking it from him. Like, no, like, that's fine.
We need that.
All right. Athletics contested by the Kuoto is athletics.
Do they both have disadvantage because it's fucking slippery?
Fucking 11. You take that. No, he just fucking takes it from him.
Leave myself.
I'll take the disadvantage because it's slippery. If you will, Kenny.
Oh, yo,
19.
I'll take that. Wait, do we want to do like
11.
a random?
Oh
wait,
my
hold on.
god.
Instead of doing disadvantage, should we actually do soap versus you?
Versus me. No, I rolled the 29. You rolled man. She was 11.
I
We're
rolled
good.
19.
I took. Yeah, but
No,
you
but
rolled the 11
I would
first.
definitely add a +10 for dexterity. Slippery soap.
11. I put it on the board. You see it? It's right there. That's what you
I'm
rolled.
John, I'm
Is it-
Roll
joking.
for soap.
John,
roll
I'm
for
joking.
soap.
Multi-sided? Wait,
John,
it's
I'm
multi-sided. You could change it. Well, bam. Wait, that's like
What? Oh,
Guys,
dude, that's hype. That's hype as fuck.
is it weird?
I'm only
that-
joking with you, John. You don't
Yeah,
need
I
to
know,
roll.
I'm joking.
I know.
I
I know. I'm messing with you too.
I
is
take
it
the bar
weird
soap and I
that
put it in a
I-
book bag.
Dude, he's
it's weird
sad.
that
That Koito is fucking sad as shit. You fucking grab that thing and now he is just a lump on the floor.
You were saying, Bunny.
Is it weird that I mean I woke up and he was staring at me, so maybe it's just I don't know. Paranoia. I kind of felt like I was talking to him.
Yeah.
He seemed frantic.
I mean, remember they did talk to him via telepathy, so
If you guys want to make
Maybe-
me a Arcana or History check, you guys can do that. I could also have Maeve do something if you'd like me
Arcana
to.
check for me.
Go ahead, go ahead and have her do that. I think she would. I'm fucking asleep
Yeah.
still. I'm snoozing, dude.
22 with advantage, so if anyone's helping her.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a
I'm asleep right now.
proficiency with Arcana if that determines whether I could help her or not.
Yeah, if you have proficiency with it and you can help her out, that's perfect. 22. From what I'm gonna say, this is like a group thing. I'm gonna say that everyone comes to this realization with her check, just because it's hard for me to communicate via the character. If that makes sense. But,
Yeah.
Kuoto are known for being able to create arcane like a strange phenomena. They are when they dream, they are actually able to alter realities in very small ways. In large groups, they can actually create gods. That's how Doppeldoop became a god.
Nice.
So he is just a single Kuotoa, though. So his effect on reality is very small.
But dreams.
So perhaps that was one of the things he was trying to do to communicate some kind of message to you
Gotcha.
So
through some type of weird natural phenomena. He gave you a kind of strange
Um,
dream or
I
premonition.
guess.
so it was him, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely him. He was just saying, like, we're gonna meet him soon.
Yeah.
We're almost there. It didn't feel right.
Mm.
Like, it felt like I woke up from a really real nightmare.
I feel like this might be the point where we need to sit down and discuss whether we should be traveling alongside this creature or telling it to move on its own.
I don't know if it would, though.
It looks at me with just
It's been following us for so long.
Why? It was fixated on Kaito for a really
It
long time.
was.
Perhaps Kaito has something to do with the Kuatoa. Maybe your
I
daughter
mean,
is with them.
Hey, Kenny.
didn't it?
Yeah.
I do remember that the Jaw woman did say that in this area they do sacrifices, correct?
Yes.
So
My
can I?
concern is that your daughter is with them, and he somehow recognized that you're her father.
Then
Do you guys
again,
want to attempt to communicate with the Kuatoa again?
Could try.
What do I gotta do? Just look at him and think really hard?
I mean, you guys would have to discover the method. I don't really know. You guys tell me how you're communicating with
Maybe-
Okay, I'll try.
who's sleeping right now?
Crimson is. He's fucking
Crimson is.
sleeping. He's snoozing.
I mean,
dude.
I could try to fall asleep again,
And just
since
kind
I
of like
was the one that got
Do you
it.
want me to
Open
roll
yourself
again?
to-
Because I'm still sleeping.
Can I place the Kuto next to Crimson just to test it out?
So like you place him next to Crimson, and like you like pick him up, and he like allows you to, and he looks at Crimson's sleeping form, and then he looks at Kaito,
Speak.
and he stands up and holds out his hand.
Are you able to just like go asleep on command? That's tough for me,
Is he holding
especially
out?
after I got arrested. Well,
Is he holding out his hand for paper?
You can roll insight on him.
Sure.
I'm just.
Okay. You're able to kind of discern from his body language that while he understands what you want him to do, he stands up and asks for old methods, meaning that that method isn't going to work again. Like that was a small one-off thing he was able to do by himself. Perhaps it takes maybe he already naturally slept. He can't just force himself to go to sleep and like exploit that feature. You know what I mean? Like it's like a thing he can do, of course, but it's not something he can do on command or even in like a focused way. It seems like he was able to do that after the course of 3 fucking days, and communicating with you through paper and images is easier for him.
and Bunny, you said that he mentioned that we're close. I think you
Yes.
said.
Not we're close.
If that's the case, I guess we just press forward for another day or two with him at our side,
Yeah.
investigate, and if things get
Also, you remember that the records and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how it mentioned that the Kuatoa was waiting for saviors of sorts, or that fate
Heroes.
willed them to be here.
claims fate willed him here to await the coming of saviors who's meant to impart knowledge with. We
Yeah.
cut out his tongue before he spoke more rubber. He will make a fine. Gotcha. So maybe we are the saviors he spoke of, or at least he believes us to.
Yeah, especially Kaido, for some reason.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's very smart.
As you said, Kaido, you see him like inching towards Crimson on his nose, like just a flick.
Bitch. Bitch.
Kaido flicks Crimson's nose.
Your fucking flakes.
He's made of fire, so waking him up with water is not typically the right move.
No, flicking him
No,
with his
like
finger.
flicking with his
But I-
fingers.
I open the oil flask that I have, I dip my middle finger in it, and then flick oil at his head, so it like lights up really quickly.
Oh my god.
It just fucking flares, and the Crimson's like, oh.
No, it's like he's. Can I roll to stay asleep?
Constitution? Question mark?
How hardy are you? Just like
I am zonked out, dude.
Okay.
He wishes not to be in this scene.
No,
what I'm
I
gonna
just find
do?
it fucking
You know what I'm
funny.
gonna do?
what are you gonna do, Bunny?
Gonna take out one of my candles.
Aquila
Oh,
bites him. Aquila bites him on top of that.
Crunch.
Munched by Whelpling and then hit by Halfling. He's still asleep. He's still asleep. I still want him to be asleep.
Let's
let him sleep.
yeah, he can chill in the boat, whatever. We'll carry him along and he'll wake up when he wakes up.
He
I wanna
sleeps very heavily.
Kind of heavy, man.
Yeah.
He's good.
I want to start getting going because I'm eager to see what we're close to and whether we should be concerned about it or not.
I think we should be concerned. But that might be just the nightmare talking.
The only part that's driving me towards it is because this guy is here for a reason, and Kaito's daughter could very well be in that encampment as well.
Yeah. I definitely understand that.
Once we scout it, and if we see no daughter, I think that it would be perfectly fine for us to skedaddle.
Okay.
Kenny,
Bless you.
does the Shattered Self have Kuatoa that you know of? Oh no.
They're kind of everywhere, so you may have had some exposure to them if you went by the sea
Can
at
I
all.
make another history check on this baboon-looking tentacle
Sure,
thing?
I'll give you advantage.
From like the
Well, actually, you're doing it on the baboon thing itself. I would like you to roll me religion.
religion.
Yes.
With or without advantage?
With advantage. If
Nice,
you want to do it on
because-
the baboon thing, that is a religion.
I'm
Because I wanna
I'm
see
kind of
if-
tempted.
21.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so you've heard of legends of things like this, of a creature like this. And one of his titles actually is Prince of Darkness.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh fuck.
You kind of you're recalling what these tales are of. It is the tale of the Demigorgon. The Demigorgon is an incredibly powerful demonic prince. Let me pull up some info.
If I say the Prince of Darkness, do I know like if I uttered that name, it will be like it's a bad omen type of shit?
Oh yeah, no, it's a curse. You don't want to talk about him at all. He is the Prince of Demons, Deep Father, the Sibilant Beast, Master of the Springling Depths, Master of Mysteries, King of Deviants, and also the Prince of Darkness.
Very bad. Very, very bad.
He's an incredibly large creature. Both heads have their own personality, and he is known for causing chaos and destruction everywhere in his wake. However, he has not been seen in quite some time.
Kaido. Why do you look like that?
Oh, by the kami above. Oh no, this is worse
Kaido,
than I thought.
Please explain.
Okay.
So what?
From the legends, from what I've heard back in my heyday, this creature shall not be named. I'm not gonna name it because it's a bad omen. It is literally a curse.
Is that bad?
Really
Okay.
bad. It is
Is that why
legit.
the image was so
It is legit a
weird?
creature of chaos. We should not mess with it.
There actually are quite a few prosthetic signs that I'm going to tell you too. One of which is the sight of snakes, reptiles, or even octopuses.
Yeah, I mentioned
that.
I
Mainly
mentioned that.
octopuses.
I named.
Holy
I,
shit.
Yep.
He is worshipped by all sorts of different people, Kuatoa included. Kuatoa, from your experience, would have called him the Deep Father.
But can I say Deep Father, but without like bad omen or?
No.
I cannot
Can
say
you
it.
all these
like,
things
none
are
of
fucking
those
cursed.
without a bad omen?
I can
Okay.
say
None of those names? Nothing?
every name is a bad omen.
Jesus.
Well,
Just know that this is a really bad path that we're walking in.
Take your word for it. And assuming they worship whatever creature you're talking about, maybe they think that we are going to help them bring it to the real world.
Exactly.
I mean, remember on the imports page it said that we are going to, we're their saviors. So maybe they're expecting us to bring forth this whatever the heck it is, and we can just not do that.
And it's
I
looking at
really
me
hope that's
expectantly.
the case, that we can just not do that.
Yeah.
I don't really know if we have a choice in it. I hope we do.
I hope we do too. I think we're pretty clever.
Yeah, but whatever this thing is,
I think
It
that as
doesn't-
long as we act decisively and cautiously, we'll be fine.
Now we know that what we're doing with, at least.
I'd like to believe you don't accidentally bring about some type of elder god that is going to.
You just stumble upon it when you're
Kaito
summoning
puts
Yeah.
a hand
I'd like to
on
believe
Dorcas.
that's one of the. I'd like to believe that that's one of those actions that needs to be done, like on purpose,
Deliberately?
deliberately. Yeah.
Kaito
Like,
puts on.
Guys, can you stop for a second?
What's up?
I just I feel kind of sick.
Oh, are
Give
you
me a
okay?
second.
IRL?
Take your time, it's okay.
No, not IRL. I'm the character.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But
It's okay.
Alright.
Take your time. We can rest.
Loud
just
snoring.
for a second.
It's okay.
Kuito is just still like standing there, still looking at Kaito expectantly for paper.
I mean, like, let's take a deep breath. If this is affecting you, we don't need to go to the camp. We could send in maybe. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, we can go ahead. I haven't felt like this in a long time.
I understand. And remember, it's just a legend, just folklore. There might not be any truth to it.
Well,
I kind of heavily doubt that.
with the history of the Kuotoa.
I mean,
But-
like you said, these things they dream reality itself.
But it is a long time since they summoned it, but I rather not tempt that fate.
Okay. Then how about we make a deal that would make everybody comfortable? We go in, we see if Kaito's daughter is there, or anyone we're searching for. And if they're not, we leave. We don't do anything. We don't touch anything. We don't
just
even
go.
spend the night there. We just go.
Noted.
Okay. I don't.
First sign of anything fuckery, we're gone.
We walk out.
I don't want to
And I
have
know
that
for a
dream
fact that my
again.
daughter is smart enough to not stay there.
You don't want to have to do what? It's a bunny.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that dream again.
I understand.
It felt like, even though I was being spoken to, that somebody was there. Like, I felt like somebody was there. Felt like being alone.
It's the worst feeling.
Pat bunny.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're allowed to feel what you feel.
Let it all out.
It just... I didn't grow up in a good place. Actually, it took me a little while to actually get out of there. For my mom to get out of there.
Gotcha.
I want to say, let's just say that Crimson has woken up very short time ago, but he hasn't said anything. He's just listening in.
She's just like
Hey,
laying
Kaito.
there.
The Kuito is gonna pull out your leg pants.
I look at him.
He is holding out his hand. He wants paper.
I give him a high five.
I mean, maybe, well, not, I don't know about that.
You like give him a high five. He's gonna grab your hand.
Like aggressively or
He actually looks like he's somewhat serious. It's not like totally aggressive though, but it seems like he's getting a bit disgruntled.
I give him a look. Can I give him a look that, like,
Um,
don't test me?
I turn around with like a glare, like I'm.
Hey, I mean, maybe we could, like, again, I don't know how good of an idea this is, right? But maybe we can give him paper and just not look at it.
Well, have someone else look at it. Sorry,
Don't know. We
seem
should
to have
not
missed
look
a
at
lot.
it. We are not looking at it, Crimson. I wholeheartedly say
I'll
don't.
flick open a thing of paper and be like, just for him to
I mean,
kind of.
yeah,
Doodle.
I mean, maybe
Relax,
he could keep
doodle.
it to himself, please.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Do
rip
you
it
just
out
hand
of
him
my
the
book
paper?
and I'll hand him a
Do you give
paper.
him ink?
Nope.
He is going to bite his finger and he's going to start scrawling in blood.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
It is like almost automatic. Like you hand him the paper and then he like bites down in his finger and is like
Can I make
gnawing through his own
can I
flesh, and
make it
now he is going to be scrawling on that piece of
As
paper.
he scroll,
Um,
can I make an insight check if it's like some incantation or some weird
That
shit?
immediate desperation not pisses me off, but like definitely concerns me. So I throw him the paper, he bites his finger, starts drawing, and I take the paper away. I'm like, no on second thought.
maybe.
That
He was
might-
able to
he's-
kind of half scrawl down what he was trying to write. Would you like to read it, or are
Yeah,
you
sure.
just like not? He tried to write an originator. He
A
writes
what?
originator.
Originator?
As Crimson punches him, he's going to point at Kaito.
Oh, I didn't punch him. I just wanted to read it.
Oh, okay. No,
I
he's going
never
to point at
punched him.
Kaito. I thought you said you punch him.
No.
I was like,
I
okay.
never punched him.
No.
He is desperately trying to communicate a message. From what
Okay,
you guys
gotcha.
can tell, he's
Let him
pointing at
finish it.
I'll give him like the calm down, like don't bite your finger. I put the paper back in front of him. I go in my bag and I take out an ink and a quill, and I slide it to him.
He is going to begin like scrawling on it like fervently. Like he is like his hands have never moved faster.
Does it look like he's writing words or drawing a picture?
There's definitely some structure to what he's doing.
Once it
so
gets to the
it's
point of
words.
drawing a picture, I'd like to take it away from him.
He
'cause I
would
don't
probably
want
start
him-
drawing a picture after he finishes words, but if you're just going to take it from him, it's just going to be words, no picture.
All right, I want the words, no picture, because the picture seems to be what
Before-
made Kaito go
But
into the crazy stuff,
before
right?
you do, detect magic, just in case.
Detect magic, yeah. I'll pop it after a long rest.
Neither of those messages he was able to scholar magic. It seems
Okay.
like the only one that was the one that had the Demigorman's face on it.
Okay.
You are like reading his message. It says she came from him.
She came from him, so is your daughter.
The originator. Father. That must be what it means.
Okay. And
So maybe your daughter is mixed up in some of this business you were talking about with whatever creature you were talking about.
Ah, great.
Mm.
I wonder if my name entitles something from them.
It means we're on the right track.
At least.
Yeah,
Means
I
we got her out
just,
of there.
At least.
I just hope, since for some reason, like, I mean, of course your daughter, but for some reason he seeks your involvement. I just hope it's not malicious.
Due to she's smart.
You
You
see,
didn't give him
Yeah.
anything. You didn't give him more paper, did you?
No.
He is going to start writing on the ground using the ink. He is like trying to find anything he
I
possibly
take the ink
can
like,
to write
come on, man. No.
Ah, damn.
Can I
is he going to be
insight check?
drawing in the dirt?
Can I
Like-
insight check that he wants to like communicate
He-
more?
He's like trying to. He's trying to give you guys a message. He looks.
Okay.
He looks a lot more desperate than he
Can
did
you
before.
what kind? Okay,
Just-
the message just in common. We can read it. Right?
Just
He was
let,
writing it in common.
just let him write.
Just write.
Okay.
Like,
Just
don't
write.
let him draw.
But I just
let
want
him
to.
write.
I just want to be very, because he can understand us, it seems, and I want to make this point very clear that I don't think you should be creating anything that's going to send us into some type of hypnotic trance or anything that could do harm on us. As long as you understand that, you could have all the paper and ink that you can imagine. Are we on the same page on that?
Roll
Shake.
persuasion.
Shake your head yes, nod your head no. Persuasion.
Isn't it the other way around?
I don't know.
I mean,
Oh.
it's not this. It's. I mean, I thought you were gonna say it's a deception. Like, no, he
No,
just
no,
wants.
No, I was no, like
Nod
shake
is
your
yes,
head
shake
yes.
is no.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Whatever.
He's going to kind of hesitantly shake his head, like yeah, he won't fucking kill you.
As long as we're on that page, you can have paper.
Inside check. If he's fucking like,
Sure.
he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
He seems genuine enough, but it seems like there's some hesitance from him when he's saying yes. It's almost like he
Can
can't
I
guarantee
roll
it.
insight? Like, is it
Yeah.
okay if I roll
Then
insight?
double check.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, natural 20. He knows for a fact that there is no way for like so for Kuotoa people, Like this kind of stuff isn't nearly as sensitive. For them, it's like a euphoric experience. So it's weird to him that you guys don't want that. Like that's how he communicates through prophetic images and symbols of power. So the fact that you guys don't want to do that is weird.
Gotcha.
It seems
But he's willing to comply.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems we've got significant cultural difference.
I see.
Is it doing this against his will?
Religion check. Can I
No,
do that?
it's in his will. This is just how his people
think that's
communicate.
just
Yeah.
that is legit the culture.
I think that's just how they are.
I see.
It's both interesting yet kind of unnerving. No
Yep.
offense.
Well, at the very least, it understands that we don't like it.
If that's the case, I'll give it more parchment and ink.
It is going to just begin scrolling down like a whole bunch.
A novel.
And it's just gonna hand it off to John after that point. It is going to start doing drawings though, if you guys are allowing that to happen, because it wants to include.
If we actively notice it starts doing drawings, we're like, no, dude, come on.
Please no.
Well, hold on. I just want to say, it's like,
with the natural 20, though, you feel like he's still keeping that thing in mind that you wanted to, but he does want to draw an image to communicate an idea.
Oh.
Do you think we let him draw that?
I say we give it a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it might just be the weird monkey thing.
No weird monkey thing.
Yeah, it might just be that, which is magic.
I will say no weird monkey thing, and also can Genlin can
No weird
detect.
monkey thing.
My detect magic is still up for another 8 minutes, so I can see if he finishes any piece of paper and it's magical. I'd like to know.
That would have If he makes another thing that's like that, then yes, it would be magical, just like it was before.
Okay.
Like
do.
So
So here's what he draws.
Ooh.
A map.
Slooped up. A map.
Slooped
See,
up.
father.
He makes this like impossibly fast and detailed. By the way, like this thing like happened in like 5 minutes. Like it's
very
fucking
smart.
impossible.
This is
Wow.
That's very impressive.
Does it have
Holy
any
shit.
like arrows or indications that hey, I want you to go here? Anything like that?
He did scroll down deep Father Shrine and Deep Sea Mother Shrine. He's going to point at the Deep Father Shrine. He's like,
Do you want to stick with there?
Nope.
He's squarely putting his finger there.
And could you do me a favor and point down where the originator's daughter is on the map?
If you know.
He did not. He
If
does
you know.
not move his finger.
Okay, well that's fine. Well, just wondering.
Like he kind of just taps it as if to say like the same place.
Like I've got a question. Like,
Bless you.
oh my. Sorry. That kind of threw me off guard.
Sorry.
Like I just heard it in the background. And there's like bless you. I'm like, huh? Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Ash sneeze.
Like, I think Bunny would be very interested to know, like, is Kaito some part of ritual or something? Is this some kind of like
sacrificial ritual?
It did
not
say
exactly a sacrificial
sacrifice.
ritual, but just a ritual in general.
He kind of like takes a second and he seems kind of confounded on how to communicate an idea of how a ritual would play out and how he takes part in it without drawing prophetic images. Because to him it's normal, to you it's not. So he's like thinking like, oh fuck, how do I even communicate that with words?
Do I need it to be in a ritual? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much.
He's just thinking of solutions. I'm gonna roll some dice for him, see if he can't do that. I'm gonna set the DC and it's gonna be 10.
Is he intelligent enough to do the?
All right, he figured out a way to communicate the idea without fucking you guys.
Woo!
He is going to just begin scrawling like notes on a piece of paper. Hold on.
Is my name fucking warrant a sacrifice of God?
I really hope not, and kind of
I-
doubt it, but who
yeah,
knows?
So
I
this does remind me, Kaito, do you still have that earlier piece of paper, the one with the magic attached to
Yeah,
it?
and I ain't opening it.
Maybe it's best if we leave it behind or discard it or
I throw
toss
it.
it or something.
I toss it.
Yes. I have my doubts that keeping it with us will bring us any good. If anything, it may attract the opposite attention.
Yeah, it might be an omen like the name is. While we can't destroy it, hopefully we can leave it behind. Unless it follows us, and that's just creepy.
Yeah, it follows us like the crystal that Crimson got.
Yeah.
Which I don't still have, by the way.
You better not.
You better.
I was really worried when he started acting like that.
Great, we're more demonic
Well,
shit.
I appreciate your concern, Bunny. I do.
Bunny girl. Boy, day. Gender
Okay,
neutral.
just call. When he kind of looks exasperated, just call me Bunny.
Bunny points at their bunny ears. Just call me Bunny.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they got that kind of, well, like I mean, Squid's still helping me work on it, but they kind of got that little hat.
I bounce the bunny ears.
Everybody just kind of gives a side eye.
Remember, Crimson, you still owe them a piggyback, right?
Yeah, just remind me.
Like, they seem kind of amused. No, he seems kind of like, hey, don't remind me.
No. Bounce.
Balance. Are you going to keep doing that, or do I gotta bite your hand?
I don't think gnomes have very sharp teeth.
Kaito does the
Oh,
same.
yeah. I
Bounce.
just wanted to read it, just so you guys have it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
A father's daughter shall bring forth the father of demons after her own father's arrival. This is what fate wills, is what he writes.
Oh, the father's daughter should bring forth their demons after her own father's arrival. Wait, so does this mean you finding your daughter is going to summon this fucking demon?
I'd like to clarify as well. Would you like this prophecy to come true? Just write yes or no on the paper, please.
He's just going to shake his head no.
No. Okay.
This is a prophecy that you do not want to see fulfilled.
Why?
He points at the Sea Mother Shrine on the map that he drew.
So the Sea Mother is in opposition to this other entity that you're speaking about.
He's going
Is
to
that
nod.
right?
Okay.
Cool.
So if that's the case, we may be able to cheat this prophecy in a way.
We could work around it.
The father's daughter shall bring forth the father of demons after her own father's arrival. What if her father never
So maybe
arrives?
he just doesn't arrive.
Yes.
I'll be an outskirt.
Could you trust us with retrieving her and bringing her to you so she is the one who arrives?
He's going to kind of like think for a moment, and then he like, hey Bunny, you want to make an insight check?
Yes, I do.
Can I assist? Because I'm
Go on ahead. He is not confounded by your logic. He understands it. However, it seems like there's a little bit more to like what he's trying to describe. He's gonna try to get more paper if you guys have more paper.
Yeah, I have a whole book. I've been keeping notes in my rune book, remember?
Yeah, like I probably kind of ran out of paper at this point. I'll be real. So thankfully,
trading with the goblins.
Yeah.
You still do have those like poster from Marika.
Yeah, so like I still got the posters. I just got the extra paper too. That I'm out of that. Wait. Actually, I don't. Well, oh yeah, I still do. Like I just dropped like a little bit of them to miscellaneous. I didn't drop all of them. I just kind of.
Actually, speaking of a sea mother, can I make a religion check? After you finish, Kenny, on if I heard any story about that.
I would also be interested in that for some
That's
reason.
what I.
It just,
I wouldn't.
Fate
I don't know
is
who that is.
twisted in all things that happen, and all things happen as long as the beholders of fate see them happen as they will.
Fate is twisted. No, things
Shall
happen.
bring forth
So
the father of demons after her own father's arrival. This is
So,
in general,
so would like
Are
would
we
it
the
make any
beholders?
difference?
Are
He's
we
gonna
the
shake his
beholders?
head and he's gonna kind of like he's gonna laugh as soon as he say that. He's like he points at himself.
so.
um,
I understand that fate is one of those concepts that is like the inevitable will happen,
yeah.
but I think that buying us some time would do no harm, right?
Mm.
I don't know.
If you're wondering why he's pointing at himself, Crimson, he is labeling himself as a seer of fate. Like he is
Yeah,
the beholder
like-
of fate.
Fine.
Because of that 19 insight, he is implying that Kuotoas are beholders of fate.
because they
And by
dream
our
of the
context before,
reality.
they literally
Wait.
warp reality. So yes, they are.
I think a very good point that
Yeah.
I'd like to make very quickly. If you are in opposition to this, what is it? Demon of fathers or father of demons or whatever. Why are you bringing us there? Is there something we can do in opposition to this character that would be more beneficial?
He's gonna kind of just take his thumb and like press it really hard against his neck and just kind of drag it along.
Oh.
You want us to kill who?
Kaito squints
We-
really harshly.
It's okay. I think that we're jumping to conclusions. Who would you like us to
Yeah,
kill?
that's kind of.
He's gonna point at the Deep Father Shrine.
You need us to kill the Deep Father.
His eyes go wide for a second. He shakes his head. He's been
I was about to say that's
Kill the
Destroy the
worshiper,
statue.
maybe?
He's gonna point up. He's gonna like kind of try to snap his fingers. And he's gonna point at Bunny.
Yeah.
Destroy the statue.
Well, I destroy the worshippers.
Oh.
They are the ones who dream it up.
And if we
Okay.
reduce them,
If there
we
is
reduce their
nobody to
power.
dream, like they kind of like wince at this.
Yeah, I was about to say this is a town of people.
Yeah.
We'd go in and slaughter a bunch of them for just a hypothetical prophecy. That doesn't seem very just.
I'm
Hey.
aware, but something
Hey, Kitty.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I make a religion check on Sema this shrine?
You can make your religion check on yeah. You can also do a religion check on like the Kuotoa in general if you're asking if that.
Sure,
if you want
with
to
or
get
without
more
advantage.
information. With
Again,
advantage.
I want to do a
don't-
religion. Oh, sorry. Easy first.
Well,
What was that, Izzy?
I just wanted to say, I also kind of wanted to do the same.
Nice.
Although I don't really think I need to.
Here's
I want
the
both.
funky thing about Kuotoa. Some of what they say is incredibly true. Some of what they prophesize comes true like almost immediately. Other things that they prophesize aren't true, or at least it isn't true in the way they think it's true. So essentially, the way they think isn't necessarily how reality looks like. They believe themselves to be beholders of fate, and they kind of are. They can literally dream up gods, but it's limited in capacity. So they could be thinking themselves more powerful than they actually are. It doesn't really matter though. The Kuotoa are interesting in that kind of regard. As for what the Sea Mother is, the Sea Mother is the Kuotoa's natural, what they usually cling to, which is the idea that there is a mother of the Kuotoa people. Her name is Buldappledoop.
They're saying that
and
name
she
will
is
curse,
mother
right?
of the sea. Is she cursed? To you, yes. She is a horrifying being, as are all other Kuotoa gods and Kuotoa people. Their culture is literally
Horrifying.
fucking eldritch. Like it's fucking
horrifying. I think this might be a case of the lesser evil.
Yep.
Now,
Maybe.
my problem is that this is a situation where We either wipe out and eradicate half of a city of people, or we let an eldritch deity walk the material plane.
I mean, I've kind of got an idea. I just don't know how to bring it about.
What's your
I'm
idea?
Maybe we don't have to kill them so much as, I guess, they kind of laugh. Persuade them into an old faith.
convert them.
Convert them to the Sea Mother.
I mean, unless there's a prophecy for that, then I don't.
No, I understand.
She just kind of shrugs.
I don't think
that...
we've.
Good.
I don't think we've taken into account the possible hostility. I remember hearing mention of how they perform sacrifices, and this fine fellow here could merely be what's it?
A catalyst.
An odd one out. Yeah, an odd one out in that sort of regard. He'll look to the Kuatoras like, would your people attack us on sight? Would they come or something similar to that?
He is going to look at you with the briefest moment of hesitation. And then he's going to kind of like... he's going to think for a second.
Biggest think ever.
Crimson just gives a look to the rest of the guys like, he's like...
Definitely hard to give you a straight answer. He's going to go right on a piece of paper. He writes no and just hands you a slip. Not right away.
It seems that a large part of their prophecy revolves around the father's arrival. So I still think that drawing enough time for ourselves would just to have Kaito not sit outside of town, but maybe a day's journey away. As difficult as that may sound, in a safe location where we can find you, and one person maybe stays behind.
I will give you something with that natural 20 in religion, Kaito.
Sure.
Even if you were to stay away, if they were to believe that you had arrived, or if like during a ceremony, like they get cut down and die or something like that, if they're like in their final moments and like their fucking death knell, like they just like start dreaming of like the father, like fate is twisted in that kind of way. Like it could happen regardless. You're talking about a Kuatoa brain.
I relate this.
It's like it's kind of weird in how they operate. It's like vaguely based on religious prophetic symbols, and the other part is weird fucking mental mind magic that like distorts all reality and makes no fucking
sense. But what I'm trying to get at is like, is there a way that we can go about breaking their delusion and kind of like putting a wrench in the machine? You know what I mean?
Maybe convince him that he's died or something. Just
he's died.
Throwing it out there.
We could do that. We could go in and say the father of demons is dead.
Well, I mean,
the father of the father.
The father of the daughter.
The father of the daughter.
He's dead.
That's a tough one. Because that would be like the non-violent solution would be to persuade them to worship the Sea Mother and to kind of give up this prophetical nonsense.
I know how to convey this.
At least that one. They might just go on to another.
You said you know how to convey this?
Well, if they use my daughter as evidence of like, oh, I don't believe you, your lies, maybe this can help you. As Kaito gives one of you guys his insignia of rank.
Oh.
Maybe this will convince her that I'm dead.
Okay.
I hate to bring that idea up.
Yeah.
But it's a last-ditch effort if needed.
I'm a little bit worried of the inverse. If they truly believe you're dead with all their might, if that may carry over to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
God.
You think that they can imagine him dead and he dies?
Yep.
I'm worried that it could happen. And I'd rather not take
Yeah.
chances with something we don't entirely understand.
That's true.
I look at the Kuatoa.
What if they imagine him arrive?
This is Noodle.
What if they imagine him arrive? Why didn't they imagine he arrived days ago then?
I don't know.
I feel like there has to be some limitation. They're not gods. They're just people, you know?
I look at the Kuatoa. does my name carry weight in what is being brought upon the demon of the south?
He just looks at you like really perplexed.
I guess it's
like
not.
he doesn't. It doesn't really seem like he's heard your name. Like he's heard your name, but he hasn't heard your title. And now that he has, he seems like I don't know. It's like that's not what he believed. It's almost like when you tell someone that they don't worship what they worship. It's kind of like you just ruined his his canon, like his head canon of what your name was.
my fanfic.
I don't know.
I mean, that's like weird, but like that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like he had a different idea for what your name was supposed to be, and now he's grossed out by you.
He probably thought you the All Fathers.
The Old Father.
I'd like to solve it anyway, except for this, but our last line of defense will be to cut down all the followers of the Father of Demons.
Yeah.
Comparing the two, which one's the worst, Kenny?
The
Father or
if they truly have the power to summon a god, and you had to pick between the Deep Father and the Sea Mother, both are horrible, and you wouldn't wish either on your worst enemy. You also wouldn't wish either on the material. You also wouldn't wish to ever meet them. You also would never wish to be within 100 feet of them. You also wouldn't wish to like at all have it happen ever. In fact, eradication would probably sound like the most sound thing if you had to either pick between killing an entire camp of Kuo-toa or summoning either one of these dark gods. Killing an entire camp of Kuo-toa is definitely one of the lesser evils. That's on you guys to decide, though. But both are horrible.
Yeah,
both are terrible dark gods that would rip out your fucking eyes or something. Or
I understand
know,
it's one of those
twisted shit to you.
I understand it's one of those situations where it seems like we have to choose which one of the worst situations would we rather go with.
We could not go in publicly and try to find her via stealth.
Stealthing is definitely an option. I think that's a very clever one. I think that coming in,
No, I just.
He seems the Kuo-toa seems kind of peeved at the idea of you just going in quiet, retrieving the daughter.
Really?
He seems a little peeved.
Look, man,
what's bothersome about that? Then I give him pencil and paper again.
Just kind of like.
Grumble. It's like
you ruined my head canon.
You ruined my fanfic.
I waited for this all my life.
You are not the Lord of Penis, Father Man, Extreme Super Ultra 500.
He's like, wow, you guys are really doing this in front of me, huh? Type of shit.
I mean, they can't just will anything into existence or anyone anywhere, or else they would have willed you to their camp days ago, you know?
That's true.
Well, perhaps something hasn't brought them to that point. They haven't summoned. I don't know. They haven't summoned this father quite yet, but I just fear adding some catalyst, some gasoline to the fire, I suppose.
I'd rather sneak her out than going in public.
I don't know.
If they're going to sit there with this prophecy for a very long time, we are considering the lesser evil. And the lesser evil here would be slaughtering a village of half of the Kuo-toa there.
Yep.
Is what our general consensus is so far, if I'm not mistaken.
No, all of them.
Unfortunately.
Wouldn't the even lesser evil be to walk away?
The threat of fate of...
And we can message Kaito's daughter, assuming she's safe.
You will enter the camp. You cannot escape that we dreamed.
The threads of fate are for us to weave. You think yourselves above beholders of fate. You will enter the camp. You cannot escape what we've dreamed, is what he wrote.
That's incredibly ominous.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean,
that's probably he was like borderline aggressive while writing it. He seems he just seems kind of pissed.
You need to understand that there's a cultural difference here. You guys are very prophetic. You guys think that the gods will a bunch of things between us. And we are not typically the type of people to kind of bow down and just abide by prophecy.
Crimson
We don't
looks
want
in.
the end of days.
I think throughout this conversation, Crimson's held his tongue. He's looked incredibly uncomfortable, but he'll speak a bit less. I want to offer something in favor of simply just eradicating them.
Hmm.
I can bring up a personal detail. I was raised by a large group of fire newts. And fire newts, if any of you know anything about them, are devilish, evil creatures. They are to be killed on sight for the things they do. Their rituals, their culture revolves around capturing anything not like them and torturing them for food. They believe that the greater pain inflicted on them before they die shall make their flesh even more delicious. They worship vile things. They believe vile things. They have sacrifices on the daily and have utterly no remorse towards anything but their own flesh and blood. It was the only reason why they raised me, of course, and I grew to see many great horrors. I find similarities between them and the Kuatoa here. They bring sacrifices, potential ones. They weave these. They call themselves the beholders of fate and weave such potentially evil things. I cannot stand by and allow this to continue. I hold no ill will to those who had slain those who had raised me, as rightfully I understand why. It made sense to me, and still does. And I wish to take up arms against them. You may choose to do otherwise, but this is one stance I shall not leave. I refuse to allow the chance of anything of such evil extent to become of this world. Not if I have a say in it.
Kenny,
Yes.
how the Kutos are very intelligent, correct?
Kutos are intelligent, as are fire
But
newts. Both are very smart.
how easily influenced they are, from what I know from my religion check.
From what you know from your religion check, anything that falls in line with their prophecies and stuff is usually free game for them to canonize to be whatever the fuck they want it to be.
Is there a way that I can draw a picture or tell them a story of like the opposite of what they're saying and maybe persuade them?
Maybe.
This is a theory.
See, what's hard about that is that Kuato are like, this guy isn't stabbing you. They probably would. He probably would if there was more of him. He looks furious enough to do it after hearing Crimson. That's like, I guess.
Then
That sounds like it depends on you, though. They're as social as like they're probably as social as Drow, where it's like, yeah, they'll probably stab you to death, but maybe you can have a conversation with them.
fuck it, I'll do it. I get on one knee.
Crimson, like, I definitely understand where you're coming from. It's just the fact that there's still people find a way to survive. Like, even if they don't, by some chance, there still will be others.
Others to be sacrificed, others to be killed, captured by them.
No, other of them, the Kuatoa. I doubt this is the only place they are, like, in.
But this is the one we are directly involved with. That's the difference here.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It doesn't seem like it nip it in the bud as cleanly as one might think.
I think that my only disagreement with your kind of thought process, your Crimson, is that we're dealing with a corrupt system of people where I don't imagine myself breaking the people. I imagine myself breaking the system if I was given the choice.
It's definitely not an easy choice, but one I would honestly rather go with instead of killing them all. Like, I understand that they're cruel. Like, really cruel, and some may even have it coming. Just, I really don't know. I'm sorry.
And to support Crimson as well. We could be optimists, we can be thinking maybe too positively sometimes. So there's a reason we have last case or worst case scenarios.
Yeah, I know.
And I think we're truthfully aware of them. And I think that you might be more prepared for them than some of us are. But I just want it to be sure that it's the last case scenario. I hope that is at least reasonable.
Yes, I can't say I agree with any other solution. In fact, I don't think I do. But I'm not about to go against the lot of you. We're a team, a group, after all. I understand what you all consider it to be a last case scenario, and in case that comes, I shall be prepared and I shall be ready.
Okay.
I don't think I need to say anything else on the subject.
And as this going on, hey,
Are you
Kenny,
gonna try to convince the fucking Kuatoa of something really fucking stupid?
Ryujin, I want to convey them of, I don't know if like Ryujin is a thing and like I
The
don't know,
flying
like
spaghetti monster.
no
Oh my god.
no it's I don't know like the law of like the shadow self religion, but I think it's like connected to like Japanese culture. So I was like, can I mention of like tell them about like there is more deities too. Have you ever heard of Ryujin, the dragon god of the sea?
He's gonna kind of like look at you,
Hear me?
and he just like kind of smiles, like just really wide. Like, it's really toothy. He went from being angry to just smiling.
Imagine this dragon god, if you
Dragons.
dragons
Imagine.
wash
Dragon
away
eats
your
nuts on your
enemies like
forehead.
the drow, protects you from enslavement. You don't need no sacrifices, only treasure. I think you will like that better than those two. Put it. Can I draw like the dragon that I mentioned? Just like, can I do it? Can I do it?
Just pointed a
Ryujin
quail, you know?
Kaido,
Worship
what
a
are you
is
quail,
doing?
that
worship my
but
dragon.
water. You can swim, you can ride on it. It will protect you. Offer treasure, and it will do your people good.
Okay, make me a really difficult persuasion check with disadvantage, please.
Sure, why not?
Oh my goodness.
10,
Not bad.
but not good.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Oh, can he do that?
Can he use mine, or does y'all have one?
We're at 21.
Y'all have one?
21.
Yeah, for a 21.
We're at 21.
21.
So
I'm kind of disturbed, not gonna lie.
Ryujin,
Yeah, you say these things to him, and he looks like really enamored. He's gonna look over at the dragon thing. He's just gonna smile real wide. Hold on 1 second.
Oh
Hold
no.
on. One
Oh my
moment.
god.
Oh no.
here we go.
Hold up.
Kaido, what have you done?
I just need
Religion.
a single second.
Remember
Oh my god.
Ryujin, the water serpent from like Japanese folklore.
I just need one moment. Okay. That's so cool. Hey, Kaito?
Yes, Dad.
Hold on a second.
Kaito.
Yes.
Kaito.
Yes.
Hold on.
I am
hold
tempting
on.
fate like fucking hard as now.
I mean,
Okay, cool.
you're trying to break the system. I respect it.
It's like, what if I can
It's
just
like if
persuade
both
him?
your gods are evil, here's a new one.
He's a new one.
That's
a
Here's
good
that's
one.
fine.
You should have
Worth a shot.
introduced the flying spaghetti monster.
No,
That would've
fuck
been a
you.
good
I
one.
don't know that.
It's like here's
It's
a
a flying
flying spaghetti monster.
Ash,
However
do
it
you know
goes,
what the
I
flying
think it's a
spaghetti
good
monster
attempt.
So I
Yeah.
pulled up his
It's-
character sheet. That's
Is?
lovely.
Ash literally knows what the flying spaghetti monster is. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Alright. No,
It's
Sonny,
your
now that I
mom,
have
bitch.
his character sheet open, you're like in front of him, right?
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, I'm talking to him.
Yeah, his mouth is gonna unhinge like a fucking shark and he's gonna bite you.
All right. Last armor
Hold on.
15.
Yep. Hey!
You hit. All right.
2
2.
piercing damage.
He does that, and Dorcas is gonna kind of
Wait.
whip his head around. I can do this as a reaction. If a creature ends its turn within 30 feet of me, I can force him to make a Wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. He's gonna do that.
Nope.
Wow.
He's
It
good.
bites. It just bites.
There seems to be some kind of otherworldly protection that is like guarding this Kuatoa.
Just because it's the first time you guys have seen it, Dorcas is in the middle of the conversation, hears some kerfuffling happen, turns his head over, and his eyes turn a milky, cloudy white, and he stares like daggers into the Kuatoa, but he doesn't
What
grab,
the-
unfortunately.
Just for for the sake of narrative, Kaito, he is on you, he is he's bitten onto your face. It's just kind of
Can I just open his
horrifyingly
fucking
your
maw?
head is inside his insides.
Can I just force his maw up and just really?
Yeah, pretty easily.
Can
You
I,
can beat the shit out of him if you want.
Can I insight check him on on why he does it for a second before I fucking rip his head off?
Yeah.
Oh, not advantage, but 14.
He takes great offense to your being and wishes you called.
I snap his neck.
He's dead. He's dead.
Do I see that Kaito's about to do some whack shit to him?
Yep. Yeah. You see him
He's about to be dead.
As Kaito's about to snap his neck, I'm like, we still need to talk. I'm gonna do my cloud rune and swap places with him. So now Kaito's ready to snap my
It's
neck.
and I'm like, fuck. Oh shit.
Hey, what's up, Sunshine? It's good to see you.
Wait, the Kuto's near Bunny now.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
let's try to talk this one out.
I think at this point I'm gonna have a great arrow trained.
All
on
right,
the
let's
Kuatoa.
do initiative at this point. This seems like a good point for initiative.
I'm gonna drag
Wait.
I'm gonna
And as soon as I swap places, I'm like, everybody settle down, please.
Kaito, what the hell did you do?
That doesn't start. That doesn't stop. The
I know.
turn.
Just that's what I'm trying.
I start shit. I start shit.
Dude. Oh my god, I'm rolling so hot.
Why are we fighting?
Please
Why
stop.
are we fighting?
Please don't.
I've had 2 attempts to try to incapacitate people.
Nice.
Nice.
Go advantage on
Does I get it?
initiative. Crimson's
Yes.
just fucking chilling.
Yeah.
All right. Noodle. You know what? What the fuck do I do for the rest of the party? I'm
They
just gonna.
they just sit there.
Can I roll a single dice with a +5? I
You
think
can
that's
just
what I'm
have
gonna do.
them chill back if you want, and we can make the decision here. It's not that big a deal.
Actually, yeah, I'd rather you guys make the
It's
choice.
one Kuatoa, realistically speaking.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that
I
they're fine
highly
with whatever. I'm sure they're
Dude,
fine
he's
with whatever
not-
decision we make.
He's not gonna try to escape. He wants to fucking bite you. He wants to
can-
beat the shit out of you guys. Okay,
Wait,
Crimson, it's your turn. You're about 20 feet away from him.
I just
Yeah,
realized I don't have my token down and I don't know how to place it.
Kaito is
I
also
threw it on the map.
probably.
and
I'm gonna say Kaito
I
and
default-
Crimson are probably somewhat next to each other. Kuto is over here. You're
No,
over here
no,
near
me,
Kaito.
no.
I'm right next to Kaito because I swapped places with the.
I know.
How?
Go to
And
journal,
Bunny.
look at your token, click the
And you drag and drop it.
I
Wait,
placed it
journal?
down, and you're right next to him,
Oh.
probably right here, and it's probably not too far away from each other. It's probably just like this.
like a
Crimson
five
would
Okay,
probably be
okay.
closer over here because Kaito is talking to Guto alone. I'd like to believe.
Yeah, they're
and
wolf
Crimson,
away.
me, and
Goodness sakes alive.
So right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
all.
Okay, if you think that's where you were.
22
Yeah.
on initiative for Bunny.
Okay. And now I would like Crimson to make his turn.
Yeah. So at this point I have I have a great arrow knocked and it's pulled back at the Kuotoa, and I'll just say and all I'll say to it is just it's like get on the ground slowly, or I put an arrow through your foot. Your choice. And I'm gonna hold.
Readying an action.
And I'm ready. Yeah, I'm readying an action basically to just like fucking impale them.
Specify what triggers it.
Basically, so it if he's lunging for Bunny or for someone or anyone, or pretty much doing anything, but like doing what I said, just like getting just down on the ground, just laying down there. It's like it's fucking lights out for him, pretty much.
So if he does anything other than go prone, you shoot. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm making that abundantly clear to him.
Okay. Bunny,
Chill.
what do you do on your turn?
Kuta right next in front of you, jaws out.
Also, yeah, he does. They do look like that. They do look like fucking like weird salmon.
Fish.
Peace.
Fish.
Worse than
Peace.
worse than Mev? Not really.
I think I do.
Cartwheel away?
Cartwheel.
Honestly, I think that's probably the best thing I can do.
Cartwheel.
He just cartwheel towards behind Dorcas and Kaito, just like, yup, my front line is here.
This is my
Like,
front
you know what? No, yeah, no.
My
Tom
front
flip.
line is here.
Backflips.
Bye bye.
Just fucking cartwheels.
I'm going.
Where you want to move, you can move yourself.
I'm going.
I'm gone. It is the Kuotoa's
Goodbye.
turn.
Goodbye.
The
Like-
Kuotoa looks up at Crimson, who has a bow,
Oh.
and he takes a step forward.
Does he have
Towards
any
Crimson.
survival skills? He just sat in prison for like a week and whatever.
And
It's like I'm
and
trying to
he's-
die.
I'm gonna die now.
He does a
No,
fancy
he's
little
just,
jig.
he's just pissed that you guys won't go along with his plans. Like he's like, I want Dark Mother. Why are they making fun of my Dark Mommy?
Mommy. Excuse me, mommy. Excuse me.
Like, yeah,
To be
it's
fair,
kind-
he's the only person. Oh, whatever.
I know.
You're good. You're good.
They're fervent worshippers, which is the
Yeah.
unfortunate
I
Yeah,
part.
understand.
like religious zealous type of shit.
I hope that gets across that he's literally
Yeah.
willing to fucking kill himself, if only to punish you even slightly for like transgressing his people.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk towards Crimson.
And he gets
He's
a bolt.
gonna get shot in the fucking face.
I
want
Crimson.
to describe that basically I'm following through on my set. I'm just shooting him in the foot, like in intent to just impale him like to the ground. Just-
Non-lethal
Gotcha.
specified.
Smart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crack
Take
his neck.
your shot. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ! You
Wait.
shoot him in the foot, and it hits really hard, and like it like rips off all of his flesh in like one bolt. Yet he still seems to be standing.
Does Quella use like
But
the
is he
haha
stuck there?
thunder?
Is the point, you know?
Doesn't seem like it. His flesh just went like fucking off. It's
Like-
just gone.
Like it didn't go through. Like
Nah, you just
Nah.
fucking like legit disarm
You
him.
just fucking like defleshed his leg.
He's hopping on one leg right now.
He's coming for you. Here he comes.
Ow!
I guess I'll just call. Oh well, I guess here we go.
Here we fucking
You
go.
have it. It's kerfuffle time. He bites. He rolls a 14 and misses.
Chum chum chum.
His
chum,
turn
chum.
ends.
Marcus is
Focus.
just simply going to walk forward with his hands up and say, "Look, there's obviously been some type of conflict, but it's nothing we can't work past. Let's
I-
try to figure it out. It's tough to communicate with you in your current state. I hope we can make our ways past this and figure something out." That's my turn.
Bro, he just
Typo's
shot off
turn.
his foot.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Like you shot off like all like basically his entire foot. He seems
Yeah.
unabated though. Like he doesn't really even seem to care. Like pain's second nature to him almost.
We can heal
He's
him
just
as
like,
well.
"Ugh."
But he
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's
Okay.
still though. It's
At
kind of.
this point, can Kaito know
It's
that
kind
this is
of
like
fucked.
this is
He
no
has
return,
one
right?
more foot. He is one more foot.
Does
Yo,
Kaito
1 foot
does
in front of the
Kaito
other.
have like a slight insight of like this is no return? He's not gonna listen.
He's a Kuotawa, and his religion was disrespected. And religion is like his thing. And he's a religious zealot who would literally he's probably killed people for less. But
I'm gonna ring this.
I don't know.
I want to
That seems
his
like
neck.
that seems like a you thing, Kaito. Do you believe that he's beyond the point where you could redeem him? Do you think outright slaughtering him is something that you want to do?
I ring his neck.
Like we can just. He just got closer, and then my foot got closer to his mind.
I'm conscious.
How I imagine is like Dorcas is like, calm down, let's fix this. Kaito bumps into him, snaps his neck. Oh,
Dude, just with like a mighty crack, the Kuoto's entire head goes fucking 360 degrees and then onward as his fucking head gets ripped off by Kaito in a deep fucking fury.
Like, but he's kind of horrified. Like, what the fuck just transpired here? What the fuck?
As you peel off, like you like go to snap his neck, but his head just kind of like splits off and like comes with the rest of you. As like he's like deheaded, his blood spills like all over the wall. Though what's strange is that it comes into like a strange, like it's strange the way the splatter like went over the wall. You can vaguely make out that one shape that you could see
I'm not
before
looking at it.
Kaito, the Deep Father.
I was like,
oh no, there's
nope.
no wisdom save. You just see
Dorcas-
the blood splatter. It looks
Dorcas
the same.
is just going to fall on his back and just go, "Oh, Father, help me." What did you say to him?
Like, Buddy just kind of sits down beside him, like head in hands.
We turn around and you're fighting to the death with a fish. What could you have said to him?
I wanted to try.
What did you do?
I wanted to try
I'm
to
going to
persuade him.
retire from adventuring at this rate.
See, here's the thing: Stool's in the corner. He's covered in blood now.
He's still like quaking.
Look what we've done. We've traumatized the mushroom.
Is still
Come
like
here,
quaking, like I don't want to be near
Dude, Stool's
Kaito.
gonna run towards Dorcas. He needs emotionless.
Your hands are a little shorter. You have tough cleaning on top of your head. Here, let me help you out. And I'm gonna take out like a bandit, like a rag, and I'm gonna start like cleaning him off.
You mentioned his hands. He has none. He only has 2 feet.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
cleaning him. I'm like, oh man,
He's just a
sorry,
2
guy.
feet mushroom.
You're cleaning the
2-footed.
mushroom. I like
Yeah.
to imagine.
Can I help him cleaning the mushroom?
Yeah,
I
here, I
just-
got an extra rag here.
I just
Yeah.
want to imagine that, like, while clean, like, just in a futile attempt to clean the blood off him, you end up like smudging like a misshapen face.
Yeah, it's probably a miserable attempt. It's
Wait, can it be like a smiley face?
no, hopefully
It was a smiley face.
I have Irish Spring shampoo in my bag, apparently, so I'm gonna use that if I need to. I'm gonna try to clean them. Be like, oh man.
Yo,
Kaito-
he seems to be digging in a care. Although there is that
Kaito-
weird blood splatter on the wall still of Kaito, like takes it as a weird kind of
Kaito
premonition.
looks at Dorcas
Mhm.
and Buddy. I try to persuade it. Didn't work.
It's
How?
fine. I just
How
Really?
persuaded? Like, what did you do?
I offered it
seemed-
another religion.
You offered it another god?
well, I'll tell you
No.
what, he seems convinced.
It's just like fucking spurting out blood still, like his head, is like his eyes have rolled back.
So Crimson,
I'm
not-
sorry, I don't mean to
I'm
be
just
smart.
kicking the body like off the fucking boat.
I'm
like, off
sorry.
my boat, you know.
I don't mean to be smart, Kaito. It's just we did just go through a moral conundrum talking about not wanting to slaughter them, and here we are killing them.
And yeah,
Well,
God.
Listen.
I shot him non-lethally. You all saw that.
I saw you went for
Yeah,
the foot, and I
I did.
appreciate
Oh,
that, Crimson.
and speaking
I
of
want you to know.
here is your oversized goddamn arrow. As Kaito just
Oh,
Dude, you
I saw you
remove it from
held
his
restraint
fucking
there,
leg.
Crimson, and I don't want that to go underappreciated. I just want to say thank you for listening to us and taking our feelings into consideration.
I merely just wanted to stop him. My intent
Yeah.
was to
Yeah.
nail him to the floor. That's all I. That's all I. Yeah.
You cranked it to 11, but it was still with restraint,
to
so I
be fair,
appreciate that.
the arrow kind of is huge.
You want this back or what?
What?
Okay.
With a big ass arrow.
No, it's fine. Ultimately, like, it's... Okay.
Hey,
I'm
Kenny.
gonna sit down for a bit.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Can we make a ration out of the Kuatoa?
Yeah. Let's see how many rations he awards you.
I am not eating that.
Well, this equates to cannibalism technically because it's another humanoid race. So it'd be three days
You've eaten
rations
fish
of like.
before.
I mean, yeah, but this wouldn't be like eating a fish. This would be like
Eating a
Eating a
human
person.
fish.
Yeah, like
eating a person.
Crimson is gonna
Like
look at,
eating a
like,
mermaid or
Dorcas. Like,
whatever.
yeah, Crimson is gonna look at
A reverse
Dorcas, which is
mermaid?
pretty much he's like
He
his
is worth
what's
3 rations.
he's his
for whatever
moral
that is.
he's his moral total opposite. He's like, could we at least make rations out of him?
What?
What do you think of this? I just
What?
want to ask.
No, I think that that's a reasonable ask. Except that I'd argue that he's more person than he is fish.
Yeah.
So I would maybe argue against it for health concerns.
Health concerns.
And maybe sanity.
I grew up in nature. I know that you need to kill from necessity and use what is left out of respect for the dead. But this is one of those situations where you don't typically eat humanoids because there's a lot of biological and health concerns. You can get like really like sick from stuff like that.
No, forgive me. I had no idea. In fact, I don't need to eat. So I merely just wanted to pose a question out of pure concern for you lot.
Well, if
Hey,
you guys...
Kuatoa actually eat people all the time. It's their favorite thing. It's actually something that they do a lot.
So,
oh yes, the peak of health.
I look at Crimson. You know what? You know what's really funny? They eat people.
I wouldn't use them for the standard of
I know.
proper health.
I'm just saying they eat people.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
However, you could use it for the standard of irony, I suppose. But
No. Also, if you don't want to slaughter a whole goddamn race, you can still do the sneaking thing.
I really want to do the sneaky.
Then let's do it before I get more angry.
The way its head stuck to your hands.
As long as we are moving forward and actively trying to be better people than where we came in, I'm content with whatever decision we make. But I want people to at least make that attempt, is all that I ask.
I can make an attempt.
I'm just imagining Kaito holding the fucking disembodied head of the Kuatoa.
Oh shit! Right, drops it.
There's a large cultural gap here, and I understand if there's going to be conflict. I just wish that he wasn't so fervent in his fight that he obviously stood no chance in against six well-bodied adventurers who could lay him out.
I think this is a good learning experience, that there's cultural difference, not just between us and our enemies, but us and ourselves.
That's fair. I understand that.
I just hope it doesn't come to literally killing each other.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
What?
I'm sorry. It was a joke. I'm really stressed.
I
Nose goes. He's just gonna
Well, it's me and you, Bunny. Which one?
This go nose goes.
I don't know how to handle this.
What do you mean, which one?
Noodle touches Bunny's nose. Nose
Do
goes.
what?
They kill each other.
Oh.
It's Kaito and Stool are the only ones left now. They must duel for the death.
Oh my god.
It was destined from the very beginning.
The mushroom grows 2 abnormally muscular arms.
We've already traumatized him enough.
As Kaito's covered in fucking Kuatoa blood.
I would like to
Kaito,
continue going.
Stay away.
So
I'm standing still.
The ground right here is pure rock, and the pure rock ground doesn't warrant for a good burial site. So
don't tell me we're going to bury it.
No, we're standing on stone right now. I'd have to get a pick out if you're going to do that.
I mean, in general.
No one threw it over the lake.
We traveled with them for 2.5 days.
I merely just say we have greater goals in mind, and in the end, And in the end, it did not have our best interests in mind.
We realistically traveled with this guy longer than we traveled with Donnie, and we gave Donnie a proper burial.
We did.
Does that sound logic?
I'll get digging.
Like, I don't really have any words to say for the funeral exactly, but
Kaito
Please
will
bury
dig
him.
a grave.
The only
With a
words that
pig.
it would say is that I wish I hadn't have gone the way it did. That's all.
yeah. But
It won't be like a crazy thing, just like enough to bury him and make sure.
yeah,
Enough rock to just cover the body.
I'm
I
sorry
have
for being
no
like abnormally
song
quiet.
for
There's
this.
like this funny thing in my head where I'm just like thinking about the Kuatoa's dead fucking body in the boat with you guys. I don't know
Oh
why
my
I find that
God.
really funny while you're talking about this. Okay.
I'll
So
need a bath
you guys
after
are
this.
gonna you guys bury the body with
Bury.
like in the stone ground?
Yes,
I mean, I have a mining pick.
I do too.
That works.
We both
As long
have,
as you guys have the tools.
we
Beautiful.
both have mining picks.
Yeah,
Alright.
Minecraft. Gang, gang.
Minecraft.
You guys
Do
are
we
able
find
to do it.
diamond?
You guys get that.
Do we
I
find
don't know.
diamonds?
Actually,
Only
maybe I should
redstone.
roll.
Let us
Maybe I
roll
should
1d.
roll. I actually feel like I should because
That'd be
you guys are
nice.
deep enough in the cave that you guys might be able to find some type of
What
order.
would you say
I'll
it is?
say
Like
on,
a
like-
1 in 100 chance?
I think it's probably like a 1 in 10. Not a 1 in 10, a 1 in 100. Not a 1 in 100. 1
I was
to
about to
10
say-
to 100. 1 to 10 on a 1d 100.
So we roll
I will
one
let you
or-
find something of some
That's
So
value.
it's so
Okay,
both.
cool.
So
A
it's both of
31,
us.
nothing of value.
So
That's
if
cool
it's
by
me
me.
and John, can I roll as well?
We're digging the same spot.
I mean, I don't know.
Does Kaito dig more just for fun?
Fuck it. He's trying to get out his anger. Like that.
69. Nice.
Yeah, but
Give it to him. He got
Nice.
the funny number.
No, that's not how it
Yes,
works.
yes. Hey, I
He
found
finds-
Guys,
redstone.
they got special rules for when
You know
roll the
how,
number 69. It's like a net crit.
You know how
He
some
found the
people are
true
like these
treasure,
crystals
sex.
recharge my energy?
Yeah.
Kaito found one that's like recharging his sexual energy.
Oh my God.
He found the
quartz
true
or
treasure
something.
all along.
Kaito, you find a quartz rock, and it's like rose colored, and you like
And it-
feel it emanating
Oh, hell
pure
yeah.
raw power within you.
Add
Whoa.
69 rock to your inventory.
Kaito pocket 69 rock.
You've discovered medieval Viagra. Congratulations.
It works very well. Too
No,
well.
but I mean,
I will
we
snap.
put the Kuatoa in the grave. We cover it with whatever we had before. I wish I hadn't come to this. I'm sorry to have wasted your time, Crimson. I understand that creatures like this don't deserve empathy in some realistic standard, but I don't know. Something just
Yeah.
made me feel obligated to do it.
No, it's your culture, and you do you. From
agree.
my own standpoint, perhaps it sounds morally devoid, but something I believe is if you're always worried about crushing the ants beneath you, you won't be able to walk.
There are monsters in this world. That I have no doubt. This thing that they're trying to summon is a monster. But these people are not monsters. They're misguided.
Can I make a religion check
That's
on
how I
if
feel.
they're like really monsters or that or they just
Misguided.
History to see what kind of Kuatoa stuff they've been involved into. Like, well, I'll tell you like tales about what they might have done if you get a high roll.
sure
I'll help him with that.
20.
20
Well, with
or what?
assistance, I guess.
I'm imagining in the Shattered South, there's probably like some kind of Kuatoa camp down there because there is like fucking everywhere.
It's
so like I
water.
imagine you've probably heard tales of them also from overseas. They're creatures people
Yeah,
are like
abundant.
terrified of and wonder about sometimes because they're of very strange eldritch nature. A lot of the creatures they tend to worship vary from all kinds, from elementals to abyssal demons to all sorts of different things. Not all of them are necessarily bad, but all of them, for the very most part, tend to get wrapped up in too much in
Demonic.
prophetic imagery and like believing that while they are dreaming the god, they are also gods themselves. Like they believe that they are a strong people. Ironically, though, a lot of people actually take them in as slaves. So they are very common slaves for Drow, for like literally everyone else, because they are very physically weak. And thus they have this belief that they are strong. But in reality, they are incredibly weak, and people are able to pretty much step on them whenever they want to. Perhaps that kind of has a thing hand in hand, though. Maybe the reason that they push back so much is because they're put down so much. So the reason that they go so much outside of your normal, like, good and like evil is because like
The culture's
every
fucked.
single time they've been introduced to normal society, they just end up someone else's plaything.
Yeah.
So they go by their own rules, and they use their powers how they wish to use their powers for themselves.
I still don't like him though.
I am truthfully chock full of and sick of talking about morality right now. I am pooped.
I
Get pooped.
have got to say the same.
Oh,
No,
let's
I
get
wouldn't
going.
Look, graves dug. Let's go.
Mm.
Lifts bolt.
I
And that's where I end the session because it's been 4 hours. Ha
Woo!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah! I'm sorry if the Kuoto wasn't a nice person.
No,
it's
you're not. They're
fine.
not
It's fine.
supposed to be. They're weird.
They're
As
just
Jet
weird.
would, as
They
Jet would
wanted
put-
you to help. They wanted you to be like, "Yo, can you please help me summon Deep Mama instead of Deep Papa?" And like, there's like literally no difference between them, realistically.
They both ring him at the end of days. It's like, how about none of them? And he's like, I don't like that.
He tries to kill you. He tries to fucking kill you.
I'm still on board of like fucking defy the prophecy. Like they can't just teleport him in there, right? Like they would have done it days ago.
No, no, I'm gonna speak
like-
out of character really quickly. I am setting up themes. It's real. I'm keeping it real though. Just because like they think they see a demon in there doesn't mean that they believe they
Yeah.
can fucking like wish him into existence. So they could
Like
do that.
realistically
Kaito would be
speaking,
dead. Kaito would already be over there.
Yeah.
we can just have Kaito chill somewhere, go tell his daughter, like, hey, your dad's outside town, like waiting for you, and we leave. Like, what are they gonna do? Stop us? If they do, that's when we'll show resistance. But like, they can't.
I'm gonna say with that 20 in history, there is some other things I'm gonna tell you. Number one, while they do have powers like that and they can slightly warp reality, it is just that. Like it took the combined imagination and power of not like 30, not like 50, but like the entire Kuotoa race to make the Doppeldoop happen. The entire race at the
Yeah.
same fucking time,
So
which
one
has only
encampment
ever
of them-
happened. Only ever happened once.
So one encampment of them is not going to make a god or make you die.
No.
So we
That'd
have
be-
plenty of options here.
We could do
Like
a civil
historically,
war.
that'd make no sense. You could literally ignore their prophecy and be like, "This is a bunch of hooey garbage."
Yeah.
Like this doesn't make any
It's basically
sense.
saying, "Hey, Kaito, here's your daughter. We take her. We leave. That's it. Done."
We come in
I think
there.
it's important. I think that just because it's not like major doesn't mean that we feed into that kind of delusion or prophecy, though. Like we do our best to like kind of like defy it, be like he'd never arrived.
Yeah.
You guys, and we
It's
Like,
look
you're
at it
also
wrong.
that way.
It's
Like, you're
also
wrong.
really
You're
funny
stupid.
though, because like I don't know, like we were expecting all this, and like we end up getting there. Their altar is really shitty. We can kick it over like a kid's sandcastle at the beach, you know?
And it's like, wow, we were really stressing, huh?
I mean, like, yeah, they can't summon. Like historically, no, they don't. They can't summon gods. Some of them have known to make contracts with